Blues hockey. Tonight's game is brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aids for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By Feld Chevrolet, working to earn your trust. By your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants in St. Louis and Metro East. By Royal Oaks AMC Jeep Renault. And now, St. Louis Blues hockey.
Tonight, it is Game 4 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Norris Division Finals. From historic Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, it's the St. Louis Blues and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Another capacity crowd on hand. They are ready and rooting for their Toronto Maple Leafs. Boy, what a series it's been. Hi, everybody. I'm Ken Wilson along with Joe Micheletti. We welcome you to Toronto for Game 4. And, Joe, the arithmetic is pretty simple now. The Maple Leafs lead 2-1. That means if the Blues were not to win tonight, they would have to defeat Toronto 3 straight in order to advance.
Well, and that's not ever easy, especially in a playoff situation. A lot of things can happen. The Blues could run into a hot goaltender. They could get bad officiating, and they may get some bad performances from some of their top players. So the Blues could win tonight. I think they'll win this series, but if they have to win 3 in a row, it's going to be very difficult.
These two teams are very similar. They both play a grinding style. They both want to be very patient and look for opportunities. If there is one difference between the two teams, it's the fact that Toronto has a little bit more speed on the wing.
Well, they're getting good performances from quite a few different players that are getting involved in the scoring. The Blues, on the other hand, are getting great performances from Bernie Federko, Kozlowski, and Gilmore, the one big line, Ken. But Toronto's got a more balanced attack, and they're using quite a few more players on the offensive scheme.
Tonight, Jacques Demers is going to use, believe it or not, Bernie Federko on 2 different lines. He is going to center one line. He'll play wing on the other. Bernie Federko is going to see plenty of ice time tonight here at Maple Leaf Gardens. We're just about set for game number 4. But let's go back and look at the first 3 games. Joe, they were played the first 2 at St. Louis.
Well, the first game, the Blues came out with an outstanding performance, winning the first game 6-1, but then it was reversed the second game. Toronto came out, played an excellent checking game, shut out the Blues 3-0, and then, of course, game 3 here on Tuesday night, Toronto winning that game 5-2, but I thought it was a very evenly played game, and maybe the Blues played a little bit better, but they came out on the short end.
Thus, the scene is set. This is game 4 from Maple Leaf Gardens, and we're just about set to go. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Now we're just about set for the start of this 4th game in this series between the Maple Leafs and the Blues. The Blues, of course, need to win this game to tie the series at 2 games apiece before going back to St. Louis on Saturday night for the 5th game of this series. Now let's go to tonight's national anthem.
Joe Micheletti, it is certainly exciting to be at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. There's the referee, Terry Gregson.
He'll have tonight's chore of keeping these 2 teams in check tonight, the goaltenders for tonight's game. Greg Millen will be in goal for the Blues tonight. 2.25 playoff average this year. He's played outstanding hockey. This is his 5th playoff game. And Ken Reggett, the outstanding young 22-year-old goaltender of the Toronto Maple Leafs, playing in his 7th consecutive playoff game, a 2.83 goals against average. And here's Ken Wilson with the play-by-play.
All right, Joe Micheletti. Blues control the puck. Reeds at center ice. Checked by Salmi. Now Ramage feeds to Wickenheiser to the Toronto line, and over the line onside in front. Mahar goes down, centers the puck, and it's intercepted. Iafrate feeds it up on the wing. Here's Courtnall. He's stopped, and the Blues, Norwood clears the puck all the way back to the Toronto defense. Both teams changing. A Courtnall pass too far. Ramage leaves the puck at center ice. And Doug Gilmour has it. Onto the stick of Fedorko in on the right wing. A backhand shot weakly behind the net. Russ Courtnall, the youngster in his own zone, stop, can't get out. The puck slips away from Fedorko. 2-on-2 break. Clark for Toronto over the line. Quick shot! And Millen has to make a good save on Clark. Bourgeois takes 5 out in the corner, wrestles him to the ice. Fedorko plays the puck to Bell behind the Blues net. Up on the near wing, too far for Pazlowski, and Kotsopoulos shoots it back in. Bourgeois on defense, gets the puck to Bruce Bell. He charges to center ice and loses the puck. And Fergus can't control. Now Pazlowski carrying to the Toronto line. A quick pass to Fedorko, but Gilmour is offside on the right wing. There's no score. Just a minute 9 gone here in the opening period.
Coach Jacques Demers feeling that very confident about tonight's game. Before the game, he mentioned there's no doubt in his mind that the Blues are going to win tonight's game, tie this series at 2 games apiece. And in fact, he mentioned even if we did lose tonight, we'll win 3 in a row and win this series. Jacques Demers always confident.
Blues shoot the puck in from center ice. Ken Reagan leaves it for Bill Root into the corner to Chris Kotsopoulos. Up to Steve Thomas, who's been strong in the Leafs power play in the playoffs. Now Tom Fergus, the ex-Bruin, shoots the puck in. Fedorko beats the Leafs to it and clears the center ice. Kotsopoulos feeds the puck ahead, and it deflects off the boards right to Millen. Pavis for the Blues behind the net to Ramage. They're on defense together. Ramage has trouble with a bouncing puck, and Gilmour covers up to Pazlowski. Fedorko on the line with Gilmour, and Pazlowski chases after the puck. Salming beats him to it and circles his own net. Now to Gary Nyland, the off-injured Toronto defenseman. Over the red line. Long shot and a pad save by Millen. As Nyland really tested Millen there on a drive from outside the blue line. Norwood right back. His long shot off the glass high. Salming unable to clear. And finally it's cleared out by the Toronto. Out to Walt Podubny. He overskates the puck. Plays it back to Nyland in the Toronto end. Out to Peter Inachek. His pass for Miroslav Freacher forces Freacher to circle at center ice. Now Nyland along the near boards gets it ahead to Inachuk on to Podubny. He's poke checked by Natras, a loose puck in the St. Louis end. In the corner, it's Hunter playing it. Off the boards to Natras in the corner. He's hit by Freacher. Here's Podubny without a stick. He's taken down. And the puck held against the boards for a face-off. There's no score at Maple Leaf Gardens. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Well, both teams starting off with all kinds of intensity, as might be expected. This series started off, I should say, Ken, to be a very physical series. We didn't see a real physical game Tuesday night, but it's starting off that way here tonight.
Blues win the face-off in their own end. Bell with a puck. He's on defense with Bourgeois. He feeds to the left wing. Beers there, deflects the puck into the Toronto players' bench. Beers is on one wing, the other wing occupied by Hunter, and Wickenheiser at center ice for the Blues.
Second-year coach Dan Maloney is first try of the Stanley Cup playoffs this year, and he's a changed man. He's been very calm and cool, collected behind that Maple Leaf bench, which is a change for him. He's normally very fiery, and he's really helped out these young players by showing them a lot of poise behind that bench.
He was a hard-nosed, fiery player in his NHL career. From center ice, Salming shot, turned aside by the stick of Millen, and the Blues clear the puck through center ice. It'll go the length of the ice, but no icing. Salming back for it. He's on defense with Nyland. The forward line for the Leafs, Inachuk, Podubny, and Freacher. Here's Podubny at center ice. He loses the puck. Ramage has it. Leaves it for Hunter. Hunter back in his own zone, having trouble, and Pavis finds an opening and clears the puck. It'll go the length of the ice, and this is icing as Salming touches it against the St. Louis Blues. 3:19 has been played, and the first period is scoreless.
And one of the major reasons that the Toronto Maple Leafs have been so strong in these playoffs, Borje Salming has really come back into form and just turned 35 years of age, but in Tuesday night's game, he logged 31 minutes of ice time, more than any other Leaf player. He really played a strong game Tuesday.
He was outstanding. Now the face-off coming up near Greg Millen. The Blues without a shot on goal. The Leafs have had 3, and they have generally been from extremely long range. Daou will face off against Fedorko, 2 number 24s in the face-off circle. The linesman, Gord Brosiker. The other linesman tonight is Swede Knox, along with referee Terry Gregson. Game 4 of this best-of-7 Stanley Cup Series, the final series in the Norris Division. The winner goes on to meet either Calgary or Edmonton. At center ice, Kotsopoulos for Toronto lifts the puck high, and it ends up in the crowd. Well, Brad Smith took a punch back in St. Louis from the Blues' Lee Norwood, and he did not see much ice time Tuesday.
No, he did not. And Coach Dan Maloney mentioned that, you know, the big hype. There was so much hype in the press about that game Tuesday night being a very physical game, and Brad Smith only played a couple of shifts. He was the Maple Leafs nominee for the Masterton Trophy this year, and very hard-working, dedicated player.
Ramage in his own end with a puck. Up to Herb Raglan, the rookie who played Tuesday night. Now Pavis shoots the puck in. Raglan has a break, cuts right in, shoots, he scores! Herb Raglan gives the Blues a 1-0 lead. The rookie gets the big goal.
And what a time for a rookie to score his first NHL goal, Ken Wilson. Right from center ice, Pavis feeds the puck. It just bounces off the boards. He was going for Gilmore. Raglan just skated right into the top of the circle all alone. Blasted a hard shot just by the blocker, goaltender Ken Regan. Herb Raglan, the 19-year-old. Great shift.
This young man scores at 3:41. There was a lot of congestion at the blue line as the Blues players were trying to stay onside. And Herb Raglan figured out what many people can't figure out on Highway 40 in St. Louis, and that's how to get out of traffic. At the other end, right back, Clark a shot. And a whistle stops play. It may well have been offside at the St. Louis line. The Maple Leafs were offside. Now Salming, after the whistle, dumps the Blues player, Rick Mahar, and Mahar gives Salming quite a look. One thing about the playoffs, Joe Micheletti, these two teams see so much of each other when you get in these 7-game series that familiarity does not exactly always breed contempt.
Not at all. And there's one gentleman, Wendell Clark, who has been all over these playoffs, and he's got his idea of playoff experience. He doesn't worry about it. He says as long as you know how to win, you can win. Another shot at that goal by Herb Raglan. Reggett came out of the goal to cut down the angle, but it was a perfect shot by the rookie.
From the neutral faceoff, Salming a long shot right on again. 1 shot for the Blues, 4 for Toronto, and the Blues lead 1-0. Bourgeois in his own zone to Fedorko to clear it out. Now the puck back to the Toronto defense. Salming gets it to Clark, the rookie, ahead to Courtnall. The youngster's long shot wide. In the corner, Lehman sends the puck behind the Blues net. Bourgeois takes a heavy hit from Courtnall. Bourgeois goes down, covers the puck, and the Tempers will flare here as they all get into it in the corner near Greg Millen.
Charlie Bourgeois was over trying to pick up that loose puck and took a heavy hit from Courtnall, and no stranger to the corners. Wendell Clark, he's in there, and he and Charlie both dropped their gloves, and they're both going to go off for penalties here. 15:40 left to go in the first period. It's the Blues 1, Toronto nothing. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. The Blues will be on the power play. There was only 1 penalty given. Wendell Clark gets a roughing penalty, so the Blues will have a chance on the power play here. The previous 2 games, the Blues are 0 for 8 on the power play. Big Charlie Bourgeois in the corner took a heavy hit from Courtnall. Wendell Clark was right in there to try and dig up the loose puck, and he just threw down his gloves, and he's off for roughing. The Blues on the power play.
Clark the instigator. It didn't pay. Blues come out of their own end. Rink wide pass to Pazlowski down the right wing. He's stopped by Kotsopoulos, and Daou clears it into the St. Louis end. Terrion, Daou, Katsopoulos, and Root killing the penalty for Toronto. This is the first power play of the game, and the Blues already lead 1-0. Puck shot in by St. Louis. Paslowski has it in the corner. Behind the net to Fedorko. Gilmore, the other forward. Terrion steals, can't clear, and in the corner, Fedorko and Daou, two number 24s, are going to go at it, and they'll go toe-to-toe, and the most feared words in hockey have been uttered, let them go.
Fedorko and Daou, they've been going at it this entire series. Daou's out there to try and check Fedorko, and that time they both just stood back and had enough of each other and finally dropped the gloves and went at it. Two players that are not known for their fisticuffs, Ken Wilson.
Tough to live together too long, and these two teams living together on the ice at the arena and here at Maple Leaf Gardens. Still 1:26 to go in the St. Louis power play. They lead 1-0. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Fedorko and Dan Daou both go off 5 minutes each for fighting. At 4:54, the Blues still on the power play.
From the draw, the puck to Norwood. His point shot deflected wide. Now battle for the puck behind the Toronto net. Terrion gets it and clears it away. The Blues goal at 3:41 here in the opening period. Pavis the assist. Raglan his first NHL goal. Now here is Ramage starting out to Norwood. Rink wide off the boards. Ramage plays the puck at center ice ahead to Gilmore. Ramage taken down. Blues move in. A deflection by Mahar right on. And the save by Reagan, and the puck cleared by the Leafs into the crowd. 55 seconds left in the Blues power play, and they have not been that successful, Joe, on the power play in the playoffs. They're 5 out of 38. That's just about 13%.
And three of those goals came in the first game with Toronto in St. Louis. In the previous two games, the Blues are 0 for 8 on the power play. Just previously there, Rick Mahar had a great chance tipping the puck, but Reagan was able to make the save.
Blues lead it 1-0. It'll be Wickenheiser trying to get this big face-off in the Toronto end.
Just moments ago, Terrion really gave Ramage a good hit just outside the Toronto blue line. Now Wickenheiser is out there to take the draw with 55 seconds left to go on the power.
Wickenheiser wins the face-off back to Norwood to Wickenheiser along the far boards. The other point occupied by Natras. Wickenheiser gets it to Norwood, and his shot blocked, and the Leafs come up with a punt. Courtnall clears it into the St. Louis end. Believe it or not, in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Leafs have not given up a power play goal here at Maple Leaf Gardens. The opposition 0 for 10. LaValle over the line. A feed for Wickenheiser, stopped by Lehman, and it's cleared by Salman. We're approaching the 6-minute mark in the first period. Still 22 seconds to go in the St. Louis power play. Lehman intercepts the puck at center ice. Then Natras takes it away. Here's Natras over the line, trying to split the defense. He can't. Lehman gets the puck and gets it to center ice with a pass off the skate of Courtnall. Wickenheiser has it. His feed for Hunter broken up. Clark will be back in 5 seconds. Here's a loose puck in the blue zone, and Norwood hands it to Courtnall. He shoots, the save by goaltender Millen, and then a penalty coming up as Millen had to scramble back into the goal as that puck was loose right in front of an empty net.
Now some shoddy play by the Blues in their own zone gave that opportunity to Courtnall. Lehman was also out there, and Mark Hunter will be going off for a penalty. 1-0 Blues. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Mark Hunter in the penalty box, 2 minutes for interference.
His penalty comes just 4 seconds after the return of Wendell Clark. Toronto down 1-0, setting up in the blue zone. From the boards, a shot by Thomas right on. Loose puck in front and score. Rick 5 ties it at 1.
Made the first 2 saves, but Rick 5 was left all alone, and he just kept whacking at that loose puck. He finally was able to control it. Shot came from the side, and Millen made the first save, stopped the rebound shot, and Ramage, who was covering Vive at the time, turned the other way, and Vive was just able to pick up that loose puck and put it by Millen to tie this game. Rick Vive ties this game at 1 goal apiece. 13:22 left to go in this first period.
Rick Vive now leads the Leafs in goal scoring in this series. He has 3 goals in 4 games. Face off at center ice. It'll be Gilmore against Fergus. A power play goal for Toronto just after the Blues failed to capitalize when they had the man advantage. Blues win the draw. As the crowd chants, "Go Leafs, go!" Thomas tips the puck in, and it's shot out by Bell. Kotsopoulos for Toronto fires the puck into the corner wide of the goal. Bell back for it around the near boards. Paslowski gets it out, and Kotsopoulos for Toronto with the puck. Rink wide, off the boards to the ex-Bruin Tom Fergus. He just flips it in. First man to it is Bourgeois. He clears it out, and yes, it's Kotsopoulos again. Over to Bill Root. He shoots the puck in behind the net. Millen leaves it, then decides to play it along the boards to Paslowski. He's checked, but breaks out. Ahead it comes. LaValle, he'll wind up, fake a shot, cuts in on his backhand, and the shot stopped by Reagan. And the puck held against the boards as LaValle goes down, and Joe Micheletti. LaValle robbed that time by a sensational Ken Reggett save.
LaValle came up with a great play, faked the shot, moved around Bill Root, got off a good backhand shot, and Reggett, staying very cool and calm in goal, just stayed with LaValle all the way, moving to his left. He just kicked out that left pad and made the save. Ken Reggett coming up with an outstanding save, and Kevin LaValle, who's back in the lineup tonight after sitting out the last game, had a great scoring opportunity.
That Toronto power play goal at 6:38. Thomas and Fergus assist. Rick Vive's fourth playoff goal. Raglan and Vive have scored. It is 1-1. Toronto wins the draw in their own zone. 7.5 minutes have been played in the opening period. Fergus comes to center ice over the St. Louis line. His wrist shot and a stick save by Millen. With a puck, Norwood gets it ahead to LaValle. He feeds to a right wing, and Paslowski's pass intercepted by Kotsopoulos. Over to Podubny over the line on the right wing. A shot and a glove save by Millen on Walt Podubny, and he holds the puck for a face-off.
And that's Greg Millen's 10th shot that he's faced in this period, with just under 8 minutes. Taking another look at that goal by Rick Vive, the power play goal. Vive initially standing right in front of Millen, and Ramage trying to clear Vive out of the front of that net. Millen makes the initial stop the rebound shot, and Vive, who just took a couple of steps back out of the way, was able to pick up that loose puck and put it into the empty net.
That old line defenseman have heard over and over, take a man. Definitely applied there, and stay with him. Toronto wins the draw, and a shot from the point by Salming just wide, and Millen really didn't see it. Blues with the puck, and they come to center ice. Wickenheiser 3-on-2 with Hunter. Breaking for the net is Beers. Hunter's taken out heavily into the corner by Nyland. Up with a puck, Wickenheiser. Beers digs it loose out of the corner. Then Beers checked into the boards by Nyland. The puck comes right in front into the slot, and Peter Inachuk has it for Toronto ahead to Miroslav Freecher. On the left wing, Podubny too well covered by Wickenheiser. And the Blues, Norwood gets it out to center ice onto the stick of Eddie Beers. Back to Natras. He'll skate over the checkered red line. Gets the puck in, a delayed offside, and Toronto clears it out. Taking the pass, Podubny, and then he falls down inside the St. Louis line, and it's cleared to center ice. A loose puck and Hunter there. Here's Hunter to the Toronto defense. He's poke-checked, and Peter Inachuk gets to center ice and shoots the puck in as both teams change players. 1-1 the score here in Game 4. Ramage, some beautiful stick handling through center ice, over the line. Left wing to Mahar, and a shot off a Toronto player's stick, Bill Root, and into the crowd. And that stops play. Exactly 9 minutes have gone by in the first period. Raglan scoring at 3:41. Vive tying it on a power play at 6:38.
Toronto's really done an excellent job this first 9 minutes of holding the Blues to only 3 shots on goal. Meanwhile, Toronto's 10 shots on goal in the period, but Toronto's playing very smart, good defensive hockey in their own zone. Jacques Demers trying to figure out which lines to match up against this Toronto team, and he hasn't had much success as of yet in this series, with the exception of the line of Gilmore, Paslowski, and Fedorko. That's been very effective for the Blues.
Many of those 10 Toronto shots have been from long range. The Blues, Raglan scoring on a golden opportunity. LaValle was robbed close in on a backhand shot, so 2 of their 3 shots have been great scoring opportunities. Face-off in the Toronto end, a battle for the puck, and Ally afraid he has it. He gets it to Lehman, and he clears to center ice, and Ramage has it and shoots it right back in. Reagan out of the goal, stops the puck behind the Toronto net. Leafs hand it to Reeds, and then Courtnall blocks a pass, and out of the goal mouth, Salming feeds to Lehman. Rink wide to Wendell Clark. He's always dangerous, but he cannot get around Ramage. He throws Ramage to the ice. Reeds in his own zone. A pass to Cavallini. Back to Mark Reeds. Here's Reeds at the Toronto line. A shot knocked down by Iafrate. Puck kept in by Mahar. Trying to get it to Reeds. Iafrate intercepts in the corner, and Reeds and Iafrate pin the puck with their skates against the boards for a faceoff. It's the Blues 1 and the Leafs 1.
Dan Maloney, the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and in the green blouse, Ann Maloney, the wife of Coach Dan Maloney, enjoying this series. And it's been a tough year for them, tough 2 years here in Toronto. They've been under a lot of pressure, and many times it's been rumored that this would be Dan Maloney's last year as coach of the Leafs unless he came up with some outstanding things in the playoffs. Dan Maloney has certainly led this young Toronto team to some outstanding games.
Face-off near Ken Reggett. Gilmore loses the draw to Fergus. Reggett sweeps the puck around the boards to Vive, the Toronto goal scorer. Back to Kotsopoulos behind the net. Up on the wing, Fergus. He'll shoot the puck in, and Millen has to play it out of the corner. And time called, and there'll be a penalty, a hooking penalty against the Blues. And now some roughhousing near the Blues goal.
Now Herb Ragland, who was back checking on Rick Vive, he'll go off for hooking. There's still players mulling around the net area. Fergus is in there, Vive, Thomas, Doug Gilmore's in there, but Ragland, who was coming back checking on Rick Vive, just hooked them down, and Vive went sliding into the net. There's Ragland here with Vive going in there. Millen just held on to the puck, but Ragland just hooked Vive right down, and Vive went sliding into that goal post.
There's an example where the new magnetic goal post really helped. Otherwise, he could have seriously been hurt. There'll be a penalty call. The score 1-1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Will go off for hooking. 9:57. Also, Bruce Bell and Steve Thomas will go off also. Bell going off for roughing, and Steve Thomas, he's also going off 2 minutes for roughing. Those will be offsetting penalties, so the Maple Leafs will be on the power play here again, Ken.
The Blues have already watched the Leafs score a power play goal to tie it at 1. Toronto is the most effective team thus far in the Stanley Cup playoffs on the power play. They are 9 for 28, better than a 30% success ratio. Fergus against Wickenheiser for the face-off deep in the St. Louis zone. Fergus waved out. He'll be replaced by Daou, who wins the draw. Back to the point. Iafrate shoots it just wide, and the puck caroms to center ice. Keep in mind, the Blues have not won here at Maple Leaf Gardens since December 17th, 1984. They've played 8 times here without a win, 1 tie, and 7 losses. Toronto trying to get out of their own end, having problems. Now Fergus will wind up. He feeds on the wing to Salming over the St. Louis line. Offside on the left wing is Rick Vive, as Salming made 1 too many moves at the St. Louis blue line.
Dan Daou out of the penalty box after that, serving that 5-minute major penalty. He and Federico went off earlier in the period. He's being used much more this last part of the year and in the playoffs. He was the only Leaf to play in all 80 games this previous season. He's been an outstanding penalty killer for these Leafs. He's really an outstanding forechecker, and he's been giving the Blues just fits trying to get out of their own zone. Dan Daou.
Toronto now setting up on the power play. They have what they call the hound line on. Courtnall, the 20-year-old, centering the 19-year-old Clark and the 22-year-old Lehman. Iafrate and Salming are the defensemen in the neutral faceoff won by the Blues, and they clear the puck the length of the ice. Here's Salming feeding up to Clark, and there'll be a penalty coming up as penalty killer Doug Gilmore was upended right in front of Ken Reggett, and Al Iafrate, the second-year Toronto defenseman, will go to the penalty box.
Oh, some good aggressive forechecking by Doug Gilmore, and as Gilmore was trying to forecheck the puck off of Boreas Salming's stick, Al Iafrate just interfered with Doug Gilmore and hauled him down right in front of goaltender Ken Reggett. So that means both teams will skate 4-man aside. Just 1:22 left in the initial penalty to Ragland. Now the Blues will have a short power play opportunity when that expires.
That'll be a 38-second St. Louis power play in this 1-1 game in the first period. Game 4 with Toronto leading the series 2-1.
Borje Salming coming out from behind the net, and Gilmore chasing him. Big Al Iafrate just stepped right in front of Doug Gilmore and hauled him down. He's off for interference. 9:25 left to go in this first period.
Blues win the draw. Norwood carries the puck into the far corner, looking to center, goes behind the net. Norwood chasing after the puck, centers, and it's intercepted. Courtnall breaks out with Clark, 2-on-2. Fedorko back. Fedorko takes Courtnall, and Millen 20 feet out slides to make the save. 2-on-2 the other way. It's Gilmore along with Fedorko. Dropping the puck to Bernie over the line. He shoots, and a save with a blocker by Reagan. The rebound shot. Reagan, another save as he sprawls to cover the rebound as Fedorko tested Reagan twice right there.
And Reggett stayed right with it. He made a good save on the rebound shot, but just prior to that, it was Doug Gilmore who was breaking down the ice on a 2-on-2, and he made a great play. Earlier, Russ Courtnall really turned on the speed getting past Fedorko, and he let a shot go. Millen way out of the net to make the save. He was out of the net by 20 feet or so. Doug Gilmore just pounced on that rebound, and back he went the other way.
Face off deep in that Toronto end.
Russ Courtnall has been an outstanding player for these Leafs in the playoffs, Ken. He can really shoot the puck.
It'll be Fedorko facing off with Fergus. Mahar, the other forward. Pavis and Ramage on defense. The puck comes back to Pavis. Wrist shot, knocked down by Fergus. Here's Courtnall getting the puck ahead to Tom Fergus. Fergus wigwagging his way around center ice, just dumps the puck in. Both teams are one man short. Both teams have scored one goal. Pavis headmans to Fedorko. Mahar trying to move in, knocked in offside by Salming as Fedorko carried the puck over the Toronto blue line.
Shots on goal favor the Toronto Maple Leafs. 11 shots for the Leafs, 5 for the St. Louis Blues. Coach Jacques Demers continues to shuffle things around. As Ken mentioned earlier, we're going to see a lot of Bernie Fedorko tonight. He'll be playing center ice. He'll also be playing left wing with Doug Gilmore and Pazlowski, and he'll be centering Kevin Lavallee on the left side and the rookie Herb Ragland on right wing.
34 seconds until Bruce Bell comes out of the penalty box. 1:12 left in the Iafrate penalty. Gilmore leaves the puck at center ice for Ramage. Hunter is up front with Gilmore now. Ramage feeds over to Pavis deep in his own zone for the Blues. Back to Ramage as he cuts through some open ice. He'll wind up. Long shot. Reagan the save, and the rebound cleared back into the St. Louis zone. 11 seconds until Bruce Bell returns to the ice. Ramage has the puck. He wears the C in his chest. To Gilmore, to Hunter, over the line. Quick little wrist shot. Pad save by Reagan. He threw out the left leg in a hurry. Root clears around the boards. Lehman can't get the puck out on his first or his second try. High stick of Lehman knocks the puck ahead. He's checked by Bell, and here's Courtnall. Blues have the power play for 27 seconds as Bell is back on. Ramage brings the puck out of his own end to center ice. Feeds in the left wing, too far for Fedorko. Behind the Toronto net, Reagan clears the puck over the glass and into the crowd, and there's 16 seconds to go in the St. Louis power play as Hunter and Courtnall have words. Norwood is there. Courtnall and Norwood now bumping, and Katsopoulos steps in to try and make peace. And Hunter is upset also, Joe Micheletti.
Mark Hunter was at a very frustrating playoff, and in fact the last 10 or 12 games of the regular season had a frustrating playoff. Chris Katsopoulos, who missed 6 games towards the end of the season, has come on and really been a strong defensive player for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And talking to Leafs assistant coach Claire Alexander, he says that Chris Katsopoulos has been the steadiest, the best defenseman the Maple Leafs have had all season.
Iafrate in the penalty box for another 16 seconds. Ragland scored at 3:41 from Pavis. Then on a power play, 5 scored from Fergus and Thomas at 6:38. It is 1-1 with 7:41 remaining in the opening period. Gilmore wins the draw. Norwood pinches in, dumps the puck ahead behind the net. Salming clears to the corner. Norwood's there. Blues power play to Fedorko behind the net. Fedorko still behind the goal. Centers a shot. The Blues score, and there he Hunter. Hunter gives the Blues a 2-1 lead with a power play goal.
Well, that was a play that we haven't seen in a long time, with Fedorko getting the puck behind the net, moving back and forth, and Hunter was right where he was supposed to be. Fedorko controlling the puck, going one way, then forcing the defenseman to come and chase him. Nyland went after him. Fedorko, a perfect pass to Mark Hunter in front of the net, and Reggett didn't have a chance as Hunter just put it right through the pads. But Nyland left Hunter alone, and that perfect pass from Fedorko, power play goal by Hunter, gives the Blues a 2-1 lead.
And here comes Beers from center ice, cutting in, and a backhand shot from a bad angle stop. Now it's Toronto back the other way. Podubny, his feed too far for Freacher. Millen out of the goal, clears the puck into the corner. Freacher's there, tries to center, hits the side of the goal. And Podubny takes out the Blues defenseman in a chuck, circling in the corner. To Freacher, and a shot 4 feet wide, and it caroms to center ice. Hunter had 2 goals in the series against Minnesota. The goal here is first in this series. Wickenheiser with the puck at the Toronto line is stopped. A chance for Gary Nyland in over the line on his backhand. Tries to pass in front. Norwood blocks the shot. The puck centered, and the Blues clear to center ice. Both teams now are at full strength as Bill Ruth, the ex-Canadian, drills the puck in. Playing it on the left boards is Freacher. Then he takes a shoulder from Natras and bumps him back. Ragland gives the puck to Norwood behind the net. Out on the left wing to Gino Cavallini to center ice, and he'll just shoot it in as the two teams complete line changes. Loose puck, Cavallini to Reed. The shot and the save, and finally Reggett able to glove the loose puck right at the fringe of the goal crease.
Well, some great forechecking. Cavallini got in there. Mahar was with them. And Cavallini just picked up that loose puck instead of shooting. He spotted Reeds moving in. Reeds got off a good shot. It was partially deflected on the pass from Cavallini. But Reggett was quick in moving those pads together, and then had a little trouble covering up on that loose puck. But a good opportunity for Mark Reeds.
11 Toronto shots. There have been 9 St. Louis shots in the first period. 2-1 Blues, who win the face-off from the blue line. Bell hits the goal post. Bell back at the left point. Shoots the puck into the corner to Cavallini. It goes behind the net to Kotsopoulos for Toronto, and he clears it the length of the ice, and there'll be no icing as Bell touched it as it went by. Ooh, a Bell shot grazing the goal post. Blues with a puck. Reeds rink wide for Cavallini. Over the Toronto line, leaves it for Mahar, and a high shot gloved by Reggett, and he'll hold the puck for a face-off with 5:42 left here in the opening period, and the Blues playing confidently, leading 2-1.
And just moments ago, a great opportunity from Bruce Bell. He was able to hold the puck in on the left point, and he blasted a low shot that Reggett never saw, and it just glanced off the goalpost just to the right of Reggett. Bruce Bell, a member of the 1985 All-Rookie team, has had his ups and downs with the Blues this year, but had a great opportunity there to give the Blues a 2-goal lead.
Face-off near Reggett, won by Toronto, but LaValle steals the puck, then hands it to Steve Thomas. 12:33, Hunter scored from Fedorko and Norwood. Trying to move in, Thomas, then Fergus a shot. The save by Millen on Tom Fergus. And the goal comes loose, and there'll also be a holding penalty called against St. Louis, and it'll be Rob Ramage. And Joe Micheletti, we've seen a lot of excitement, plenty of action, and I think this game is a little more wide open than either team would expect or really desire.
Well, both Jacques Demers and Brian Sutter mentioned earlier that they have to play tight checking. Ramage tried to make the play on Thomas. Thomas just moved through, lost control of the puck, but then Fergus got a good scoring opportunity. Vive tried to jam in the rebound, and there's Ramage off to the side of the net. He just grabbed Vive's jersey, and he'll go off for holding. Thomas, a nice move initially on Ramage. And then Fergus with the shot. Millen, a big save. Vive after the rebound, and Ramage just pulls Vive down off to the side of the net.
Face-off in the blue zone, won by Toronto. Vive back to the left point to Salming. A screen shot right on, and the save. And Wickenheiser ends up with a puck and clears it out. Just over 5 minutes to go, period 1. Toronto with a power play. Over the line, Vive, checked by Norwood, smothered to the boards. Puck in the corner, Bourgeois there, lifts it, not out. Iafrate keeps it in. Steve Thomas in the circle, lets a shot go. It comes in front, and he shoots over the net. The puck on the original shot deflected right back to Thomas, and the high shot over the goal into the crowd.
And Millen had come out initially to make that save, and he was out of position. Thomas had the wide open net, and he just couldn't control it. Thomas moving in from the sideboards, banned on the shot, and the puck just bounced off of Norwood. Millen was off to the side of the net. Thomas had the wide open net, and he let that wrist shot go over the glass and into the crowd.
It seemed to hit the top of the net, Joe. I'm not sure if we can pick it out on our television replay. Maybe he even hit the crossbar. Now the neutral face-off. Blues control in their own end. Bourgeois. 2-1 St. Louis. A pass high that Mahar is unable to play. In his own end for Toronto, Al Iafrate, the Detroit product, gets to center ice. One hands the puck to the St. Louis defense, and Bourgeois plays it to Salming at the Toronto line, up to Vive. Still over a minute to go in the Ramage penalty. Blues trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead. Bourgeois can't clear. Iafrate keeps the puck in to Thomas along the far boards. Make it Vive. Thomas in front of the net with Fergus from the blue line. Iafrate a shot, and Fergus, as it's knocked down in front, too well covered to get a shot away. Steve Thomas behind the Blues net, works into the far corner, gives the puck to Vive along the far boards. Toronto with a man advantage to Iafrate, a wrist shot, knocked down again in front. Iafrate keeps the puck into Vive. He fakes a shot to Thomas, and he was right there with the net open, and Norwood got his stick on the puck to clear it away. I'll tell you, Millen will get your heart pitter-pattering the way he comes way out to cut off the angle. Toronto man advantage to center ice. Salming shoots the puck in. Now Clark plays it in the corner, trying to get it to Salming at the point, and Gilmore and Salming go down. Clark keeps it in. Into the corner, the pass to Courtnall, back to Clark. The shot deflects by Wickenheiser. Now Ramage back on, and the puck cleared out by the Blues. And the Toronto Maple Leafs shoot the puck into the crowd near the St. Louis bench. And that stops play with 3:18 to go, and the Blues leading 2-1. Oh, what a job by Lee Norwood stopping what looked like a sure goal.
Well, he had a great shift killing off that power play opportunity by the Maple Leafs. Norwood just all alone in front of the net. Puck came off to the side to Thomas, and Thomas had a great opportunity, and Norwood just moved right in behind Millen to clear the puck away. Great job of penalty killing by Lee Norwood.
Blues have the puck. It's Hunter at center ice, ahead to Fedorko. He gets it into Hunter, a pass behind Beers. Beers after it. It comes off the boards right to Reggett. He clears it to Kotsopoulos, who gets it out to center ice, and there'll be a penalty coming up against Toronto. And Terrion gets the puck, and Terry Gregson, the referee, blows the whistle. The Leafs will pick up a 2-minute penalty. The Blues, with a 2-1 lead, will have the power play.
Well, Mark Hunter doing a good job taking Dan Daou out of the play in the corner, and Daou just retaliated. He got his stick and elbow up high into the head area of Mark Hunter. The Blues will have a power play opportunity here with 2:57 left to go in this first period.
Have you had enough excitement in this period?
Not the kind of period I expected, Ken. I know both teams play the same style. They both being very defensive-minded. Hunter initially got his stick up. I don't know if Gregson saw that, but Daou retaliated, so he'll go off. 2 minutes. The Blues are on the power play.
17:03, the time of the Daou roughing penalty. Bell breaks out. Head manning to Fedorko to the Toronto line on the left wing. Beers a shot, hits the side of the net. Toronto unable to clear. Bell keeps it in to Beers in the corner. He jousts with Root for the puck, and it goes on to Hunter's stick in the circle. Mark Hunter slides the puck to the goal mouth, and Reggett smothers it. And the whistle, and there'll be an ensuing face-off in the Toronto end with 2:32 to go in the first period and 1:35 left in the St. Louis power play.
Dan Maloney has this young Toronto team playing with a lot of confidence. They walked into Chicago and won 2 games there. Dan Daou serving the penalty right now. 1:35 left to go in Daou's penalty. Fedorko will take the draw against Fergus.
There have been 8 minor penalties, 2 5-minute fighting penalties for Durko and Daou, picking those up. Ramage from the point, and the shot turned aside by Reagan. Now Hunter in the corner. Blues with some pressure on with a man advantage to Beers. His shot is blocked by Nyland, who went down to block it. Hunter back in front to Beers, who couldn't play it, and Terrion starts out. Greg Terrion to center ice, just flips the puck in deep into the St. Louis end. Both teams adjust their specialty teams with personnel changes. 2:03 left in the opening period. Over a minute to go in the St. Louis power play. Ramage feeds Fedorko, cuts in over the line, back to Ramage. He winds up, shoots, right at the save, a loose puck, and Courtnall gets it for Toronto. Here's Courtnall with Lehman over the St. Louis line to Gary Lehman, and a penalty coming up. There'll be a penalty call against the Blues, and again it'll be Ramage, this time going off for hooking.
Great scoring opportunity on one end, and then right back down the other way. The Maple Leafs came. Ramage, who was back on the play, just hooked down Russ Courtnall after Courtnall had fed a pass over the left side to Terrion. Ramage goes off. 1:43 left to go in this first period. Still 46 seconds left to go in the penalty to Dan Daou before the Leafs will have a power play opportunity. The Blues still have that 1-goal lead.
Raglan and Hunter have scored for St. Louis, 5 for Toronto. Don't forget, Game 5 Saturday night at the arena. Good seats still available. We hope to see you there. Face-off in the blue zone, won by Toronto from the blue line. Kotsopoulos scores. Chris Kotsopoulos ties it at 2.
I don't think Millen ever saw the shot. We talked in Game 3 Tuesday night about the importance of face-offs. Wickenheiser lost the face-off. Kotsopoulos right from the point. Millen low to the stick side, but the draw came right back to Kotsopoulos. Millen was looking around, never saw it. Flew right by him on the low to the glove side to tie this game at 2 goals apiece.
It went by like a speeding bullet. There's 1:33 to go in the first period. The Blues control in their own end. Natras has the puck. He's on defense with Norwood. Fedorko up front with Gilmore, who takes the pass. Fedorko's check. Gilmore loses the puck. And here's Courtnall taking an offside pass out over the center red line. The 2-line pass from inside the Toronto blue line. Both teams are shorthanded at the moment.
Chris Kotsopoulos, his first goal of the playoffs, 18:20 of this first period. 2-2. Right from the point, it was a rolling puck, and Kotsopoulos just let that shot go on net, and he was screened. Millen was screened, never saw the shot. It wasn't a hard shot, but Millen was screened, and as long as it's on net, it's got a chance of going in. It's 2-2, 1:19 left to go in this first period. The shots on goal favor the Toronto Maple Leafs. 15 shots for the Leafs, 13 shots on goal for the Blues.
This is an old-fashioned shootout. So forget the fact that you have 2 close checking, grinding teams looking for opportunities. These 2 teams are freewheeling here tonight. Kotsopoulos ties it at 18:20. Courtnall, who is a member of the '84 Canadian Olympic team, picks up the assist. It is 2-2. Face-off just inside the Toronto blue line. Both teams shorthanded, and the puck will slide back to Reagan, and he'll leave it for the youngster Al Iafrate. Iafrate, the #1 draft pick of the Leafs in '84, leaves the puck for Salming. Fergus is up front along with Rick Vaive. Here's Salming over the line, trying to cut in, centers, and it's cleared away. Boy, does Millen come out. Puck off the stick of Iafrate to center ice. Daou opportunistically back on the ice. Back as Haslowski gets a pass from Gilmore in the Toronto zone to Bourgeois. The Blues are shorthanded, and the puck gets away from the Blues, and Toronto's Boris Salming, the 35-year-old defenseman, controls. Pass ahead to Daou. He drops the puck at center ice for Fergus. He backhands it in, and Bourgeois back for it. Vaive beats him to it. Vaive behind the net, ridden out by Bourgeois. Haslowski can't clear. Salming keeps it in. Fergus checked in the corner by Paslowski. Springs loose. Back to the point to Salming. Boreas Salmi moving to straightaway, shoots, knocked down by Norwood in front, and then a sliding save on Thomas, another save on Vive, another save on Fergus, and Millen incredibly smothers the puck to stop play. 7 seconds to go in a jam-packed, action-filled first period.
The initial shot from Salming was stopped by Norwood. A good play initially by Vive to get the puck over to Thomas. Millen stopped him, then he stopped Vive, and then another save on Fergus. And as Paslowski came in to help cover up, he just shoveled the puck underneath Greg Millen. Well, they only gave him credit for 2 saves on that sequence, but it looked to me like he had a minimum of 3 and probably 4 saves.
He literally stopped the entire line. Thomas, Vive, and Fergus all had close-in scoring opportunities, and Millen stopped shots from all 3 Toronto players. There's 24 seconds left in Ramage's penalty. Only 7 seconds left in the period. Big face-off near Millen. Fergus against Gilmore. Fergus wins the draw in front for Vive. Broken up very nicely on a heads-up play by Rick Natras. And that's the end of the first period. Well, a tremendous first period of play, Joe. I enjoyed that. I thought it was very entertaining.
It was very entertaining, and these Toronto fans were on their feet for a good deal of that first period. Both teams came out, played with a lot of intensity. Not quite as close checking as we mentioned earlier, but it was a great period nonetheless. Both teams going in after 1, tied at 2.
Ragland scored at 3:41. Vive a power play goal to tie it at 6:38. Hunter a power play goal for the Blues at 12:33. Then Kotsopoulos tied it at 2 at 18:20. After 20 minutes of play in Game 4, it's the Blues 2 and the Toronto Maple Leafs 2. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Now, stay tuned for Jim Duff and the Busch Sports Break coming right up.
Okay, now let's go to Kenny Wilson and get an update on tonight's game. Ken, the Blues haven't won a game in Toronto in their last 8 tries, and I think they're going to be in for another battle here tonight, judging by that first period.
Certainly doesn't look like it's going to be very easy to win here, Jim, but I think the Blues played very well. I think I'm amazed by the style in that first period. For a Stanley Cup playoff game, it was quite wide open. And for a game between 2 teams that generally don't score a lot and have to be patient, certainly they didn't have to be patient very long tonight, because about every 30 seconds it seemed like one of the other teams had a terrific chance to score a goal. I thought it was probably one of the more entertaining periods we've seen all season long, and 2-2, I think it indicated that the 2 teams played fairly evenly in that opening period.
What kind of thrill for Herbie Ragland, the rookie? You think he'll remember that goal for a long time, or what?
I believe so, and speed paid off. The Blues got a break there because, as you recall, Pavis had the puck at center ice, played it off the boards, and I don't think really had too much intention on where it was going to go, because the Blues really were bottled up at the Toronto blue line. They were being stood up there, plus they had to wait to stay onside. And Ragland used the speed. Those young legs were Johnny on the spot, and he did a good job going upstairs to beat Reggett. The other Blues goal that gave them a 2-1 lead when they scored it was really the heads-up work of Bernie Federko, who always does so well behind the offensive net. Stayed there, wasn't challenged, and waited, and just got the puck out in front for Mark Hunter. And that's a big lift for Hunter, because it's his first goal in this playoff series, his 3rd goal in the playoffs, and as you know, he did not score that much late in the regular season, so that's a plus for the Blues.
Well, hopefully Mark Hunter and Herbie Ragland and everybody else can keep scoring those goals. Should be a great second period, Kenny. We'll talk to you after the second period. Go get them. Thanks a lot.
Okay, we look forward to it.
All right, Ken, thanks. That's going to do it for Sports Break right now. We will be back after the second period with a lot more for you. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Duff.
Both teams back on the ice awaiting the start of this second period of play. It's 2-2 after 1 period between the Leafs and the St. Louis Blues. Now Ken Wilson That was a wide open first period of play, and really unlike the game plan that Jock Demers had in mind. And I'm sure Jock was not a very happy man after that first period.
I imagine he told his troops very simply, let's try to play our positions a little better. Let's try to play it a little bit more close to the vest and try to get better opportunities and certainly try to shut down Toronto. They have two lines that are scoring very well right now, Courtnall, Clark, and Lehman, and also the line of Fergus, Thomas, and Vive, and that's a lot to shut down, and the Blues have to concentrate on that.
And the scoring after that first period, Herb Ragland got things started for the Blues at 3:41 of the first period. His first NHL goal. Jim Pavese assisted on that goal. That gave the Blues a 1-0 lead. But then Rick Vive scored a power play goal, his fourth goal of the year from Fergus and Thomas at 6:38 to tie the game at 1 goal apiece. Mark Hunter responded with a power play goal, his third of the playoffs, from Fedorko and Norwood at 12:33, and that gave the Blues a 2-1 lead. But then it was a goal by Chris Kotsopoulos, his first goal of the playoffs, off a face-off deep in the Blues zone. Russ Courtnall winning the face-off from Doug Wickenheiser, and Kotsopoulos a long slap shot from the blue line that Greg Millen never saw. He was screened on the play. That goal coming at 18:20 of the first period, and that tied the game 2-2, and that's how we stand going into this second period.
Game 5 is set for Saturday night at the arena, and good seats are available. Well, it's going to be a busy weekend, Joe, at the arena. Torval and Dean, the greatest ice dancers in the world, are going to be at the arena Friday night and on Saturday afternoon, and the Blues and the Leafs Saturday night. And Sunday, the 27th, Sunday afternoon, a Model T swap meet on the arena floor. And then that night, championship wrestling. Here we have championship hockey, the Stanley Cup at stake. And the Leafs shoot the puck in from the face-off. Reeds along the boards in his own zone with Bourgeois trying to gain possession. Wendell Clark is there along with Russ Courtnall for Toronto, and they hold the puck for a face-off. The Blues starting the second period short-handed. Ramage with only seconds to go. In fact, 2 now in the penalty box.
Borje Salming wears those hockey gloves very short. Most players wear gloves that have a longer cuff on them, and they go a little, that extend up the arm somewhat. Borje Salming, very short gloves. He likes to have very loose gloves, and the way he handles the puck, Ken Wilson, he's got great hands.
You'd think the least they could do is give him longer sleeves. I wouldn't mind the short gloves, but I'd hate to have my arm showing. I'd feel uncomfortable. But then I feel uncomfortable a lot of the time. Toronto, Salming, a shot from the point. Millen the save. Ramage back on. Here's Clark behind the net. Working into the corner. Sets up Salming at the point. A shot wide. Iafrate fans and a shot. A loose puck in front of Millen, and Ramage gains possession. Clears it around the boards. Not out. Salming keeps it in. Behind the St. Louis net to Clark, who's checked by Bourgeois. They go down. The puck is loose at the side of the net. It's still loose behind the net and finally covered for a face-off.
The Leafs putting on a lot of pressure here early. Ramage, even though he came out of the penalty box, the Maple Leafs continue to put pressure on goaltender Greg Millen. Russ Courtnall, who's played some outstanding hockey, 22 goals this season, 38 assists, and a very good year for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Has an excellent shot, one of the better shots in the National Hockey League, and we've seen that in the course of this playoff series.
The other playoff game tonight at Calgary, Flames and Oilers. Flames lead the Oilers 2-1 from the draw. A shot right on. Millen stops Kotsopoulos' drive, and it's becoming even more evident here in the second period, Joe Micheletti. The Blues must start winning some face-offs in their own end.
Well, they've had a lot of trouble this series, and they had a couple of games in the Minnesota series that they had all kinds of difficulty with. In fact, Dave Barr, that's one reason Jock Demers set out Dave Barr tonight. He lost some face-offs in Tuesday night's game.
Mahar wins this face-off, but then a Toronto shot wide. Puck behind the net. Millen slaps it along the far boards to Herb Ragland. Quickly out to Mahar. With Fedorko over the Toronto line. Mahar's shot blocked by Root. Fergus behind the Toronto net, checked by Fedorko. Pokes the puck loose to Root. The Toronto defenseman lifts it into center ice, and the puck will go the length of the ice. Ramage back forth, touches it, and it's an icing call against Toronto. Both Both teams are at full strength very early here in the second period, tied at 2.
Rob Ramage taking over the captaincy in the absence of Brian Sutter. Had an outstanding year for the Blues. 66 points. Rob Ramage set a new record for the Blues, 56 assists. Here's the face-off deep in the Blues zone. Lamar won the face-off. Ragland was unable to get control of it. And a good scoring opportunity for the Maple Leafs deep in the Blues zone.
Now the face-off deep in the Toronto end. Gilmore against Fergus. Gilmore wins the draw to Fedorko. Back to the point. Pavisa shot, and Reggett the save. Steve Thomas carries the puck out for Toronto. His long shot stopped by the pad of Greg Millen. Here's a chance. Fergus, and he blisters it wide. Salming keeps the puck in at the right point to Steve Thomas. Thomas pinched to the boards by Reeds. That allows Gilmore to come out of his own end. Over to Pavis. Pavis a shot right on, and the weak shot stopped by Reggett as Salming can't get the puck out. Natras a drive wide. Now Fedorko centers. Oh, and it hops over the stick of Ragland. Fergus brings the puck to center ice for Toronto. Fergus with Thomas and Vive, and the pass broken up by Gilmore. Over to Fedorko on the right wing, trying to cut in on Nyland. Behind the net, he leaves the puck, and Salming comes up with it for Toronto and clears to center ice. Natras at this St. Louis defense. He has some open ice as the Leafs are caught changing. Natras carries in. He takes a shot, and Reggett the save. Now in the corner, Inachuk pinches the Blues player Gilmore, and the puck against the boards to stop play. 2-2 the score. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Goaltenders Ken Reggett and Greg Millen are doing battle tonight. Both have let in 2 goals.
Face-off in the Toronto end. Kotsopoulos shoots at the length of the ice. It'll be icing as Bell touches it. And the face-off as Swede knocks the linesman, falls down. Will come all the way back near the Toronto goal. Again, Game 5 set for Monday, or I should say Saturday night in St. Louis. And then Game 6, if necessary, will be back here next Monday, the 28th. And then Wednesday, the 30th, the 7th and deciding game, if needed, would be at the arena in St. Louis. Tickets for Saturday night's game available at the arena box office, which is open daily 10 until 8. At All Famous Bar, Tickets Now outlets at the downtown Marriott Pavilion Hotel, or by calling Charge a Tick at 231-1234 and charging your tickets to MasterCard or Visa. Good seats available for Saturday night's Game 5. Face-off in the Toronto end. Fedorko will try to win the draw from Fergus. He's unable to. Kotsopoulos starts out from behind his own net. Gets the puck ahead. It's intercepted. Pazlowski in the shot off route, well wide into the corner. Steve Thomas turns deep in his own end with the puck for the Leafs. Tries to play it out and does into the crowd. And that'll stop play, and the face-off will again be in the circle near the Toronto goal.
Bruce Bell, the young 20-year-old defenseman of the Blues, acquired in the off-season, or I should say in the waiver draft, or earlier, just before the season started, for Gilbert Delorme. He came from the Quebec Nordiques last year, where he had an outstanding year, and he's had trouble over the course of this year. He's gone through periods where he's played some outstanding hockey, and has gone through a few other periods where he's really had some difficulty.
Fedorko centering, Pazlowski and Carlson, Bell and Bourgeois on the defense, up at the points for this faceoff. Fedorko against Fergus. They're ready to drop the puck, and then Fergus is waved out. He'll be replaced by the youngster Steve Thomas. Then Pazlowski from the faceoff is shot wide. Carlson gets the puck, plays it behind the net to Fedorko. Fedorko sets up shot, comes in front, a shot, and a skate save by Reggett, who falls right on the puck. Fedorko trying to make a little tricky move and give the Blues the lead, but he's stopped by Reggett.
Reggett came up with an outstanding save. Normally, when Fedorko's behind the net, he'll look to pass that puck in front, and he made a very smart play. He just jutted out right in front of the net and tried to stuff one past Ken Reggett, and Reggett was just able to get that right skate out and make the save on Fedorko before covering up.
Each team has had 4 shots on goal here in the first 3 minutes and 7 seconds of the second period. Blues 2, Leafs 2. Fedorko against Daou. Fedorko wins the draw. Paslowski hits the goal post. From the rim of the circle, he hit the post. Now it's Apr.24 taking a loose puck. Bell pinches in, intercepts. Carlson, a shot wide. And Terrion gets the rebound, clears it out to Brad Smith. He runs right over Paslowski. The puck goes behind the Blues net. Bell plays it up, but not out. It's kept in as Carlson and Smith are going to go at it below us. Brad Smith and Kent Carlson tangling right against the boards. Now Bourgeois ready to do battle with Daou in front of the net, and Bell and Terrion are there. So we've got 2 bouts going right now. The big one, though, the one on television that you're looking at, Daou along with Kent Carlson, and they're going pretty good in the other bouts in front of Greg Millen.
Well, that didn't take long. Kent Carlson on his first shift. Now big Charlie Bourgeois is on top of Greg Terrion as Bruce Bell and Daou are squared off.
Meanwhile, they have taken Brad Smith and Kent Carlson to the penalty box, and that'll allow the linesman to come back and try to break up Bourgeois and Terrion. Meanwhile, Paslowski and Daou are going at it pretty well also off to the side. This is when you're glad you're not in uniform tonight, isn't it?
Especially when big Charlie Bourgeois is out there. He's 6'4" and 220 pounds. And Greg Terrion, I don't think Bourgeois really wanted to have anything to do with him. Terrion not a very big player. But Daou has been throwing his weight around a little bit. Now Bruce Bell and Apr.24 involved.
Daou really wants to get into everything, doesn't he? Swede Knox, the linesman there, trying just to keep from getting hurt. Daou and Paslowski. Paslowski really is only trying to keep Daou out of the fracas between Bourgeois and Terrion. Boy, these fellas are going to be exhausted.
16:27 still left to play in the second period. They finally have most of the combatants separated at this time. Charlie Bourgeois not too happy about what happened there. Terrion was involved in that fracas with Charlie Bourgeois. Now they're sending Bourgeois off the ice, it looks like, Ken.
Bernie Fedorko and all of that was tangled up with the Swede, Moria Salming. That's what I do. I'd look for the first Scandinavian player I could find. Well, calmness, in a sense, has overtaken the ice surface here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. The game is early in the second period. Blues 2, Leafs 2. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
The Blues, Brad Smith in for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm sure we'll see a few more players heading for the respective penalty boxes. They're finally starting to pick up all the gloves, sticks. Referee Terry Gregson explaining what he saw out there. And what started it initially was Paslowski trying to take Brad Smith out right in front of the Toronto bench. Smith got the better of that. He continued his forechecking as Bruce Bell went back to pick up the loose puck. Daou took a run at Bell. The puck came around the boards, and Kent Carlson and Smith met right behind Terry Gregson. They looked at each other, and that's all it took. They threw down their gloves, and away they went, and everyone more or less followed suit from that point on.
The coaches looking on. Still a number of sticks and gloves strewn across the ice surface. It's 2-2. All the scoring in the first period. Raglan and Hunter for St. Louis. Vive and Kotsopoulos for Toronto. Well, it gives us a moment, Joe Micheletti, to talk a little bit about this building. This building is steeped in lore. I walked around here tonight, got here a little early, went up and down the hallways and looked at a pictorial history, really, of the NHL, Maple Leaf Gardens, and the Toronto Maple Leafs on the walls here. Brought back many memories of great games over the last 25 years that I've had a chance to watch. And, you know, growing up and listening to Foster Hewitt considered to be the greatest hockey announcer of all time, broadcasting right in this building. And it's a lot of fun to come here. When they sing "Oh Canada," you get a very special chill here at Maple Leaf Gardens. Well, we're going to take a break. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Joe Micheletti, 2-2 is the score. And as I was saying, it's kind of to hockey what Yankee Stadium really is to baseball, Maple Leaf Gardens. I guess the Forum in Montreal holds some of the history and mystique also.
And this building just has such great atmosphere. Just to sit here, the high rafters in this place, the old seats, they never replaced them with the theater-type seats that we see so much around this country now. They've kept that atmosphere in Toronto, and I think it was a great idea. It's got great hockey atmosphere here. We've seen some great hockey games, and as you mentioned, there have been some tremendous players that have worn that Maple Leaf across their chest for this franchise.
It's a special feeling to be here in Toronto, especially at Stanley Cup playoff time. Here are the penalties.
2 minutes for roughing, 5 minutes for fighting, and a game misconduct.
That's Bourgeois.
28, Greg Kozlowski, 2 minutes for roughing. For Toronto, number 24, Dan Daoud, 2 minutes high sticking, 2 minutes roughing. Number 7, Greg Terrien, 2 minutes high sticking, 5 minutes fighting, and a game misconduct. Time 3:33.
There's the story as action resumes. Toronto with a puck. Salming rushes to center ice. He cuts into the middle, feeds on the right wing to Fergus. Leaves the puck for Thomas. Can't get a shot. It's poked away. Now Lehman on the far side has the Leafs set up in the blue zone. The Blues are shorthanded for 1:35. Here's Lehman faking a shot, getting the puck to Fergus. His shot, the save, and a loose puck. Back to Lehman. He shoots. Oh, what a great save there by Millen on Gary Lehman. Now Salming at the right point. Along the boards to Steve Thomas. Back to Borja Salming. Salming a shot pass. Broken up by Reeds. He can't clear it out, and it's kept in by Toronto. Reeds finally shoots it off Salming's stick the length of the ice. 2-2 the score. Blues shorthanded. They have Ramage on with Norwood now. Gilmore and Wickenheiser. Just less than a minute to go in the 2-minute minor penalty being served. Millen stops the puck behind the net as Toronto clears it in. He clears it off the glass, kept in by Steve Thomas. Then it's intercepted by Gilmore. He breaks out, one man back, Salming. Now Wickenheiser comes up. Gilmore, great move, a shot. He scores! Doug Gilmore, what a tremendous move. A great individual effort, and the Blues with a shorthanded goal take the lead 3-2.
What a play by Gilmore, just inside the Blues blue line, intercepting the pass. He came down one-on-one on veteran defenseman Borja Salming. Salming tried to cut him off. Gilmore went one way, back the other. Then Salming got his stick on the puck. It deflected over goaltender Ken Reggett into the net for a shorthanded goal, and that gives the Blues a 3-2 lead. What a play by Gilmore.
That sort of fluttered in under the crossbar. Gilmore now with 13 points. That ties him as the leading scorer in the Stanley Cup playoffs with Minnesota's Dennis Marouk. 13 points for Marouk, 13 points for Gilmore, and the Blues have the lead. They win the faceoff, and Natras from his own end clears the puck off the boards, right on goal. Reggett the save. The penalty, 25 seconds left in it. LaValle is serving the 2-minute penalty. He'll be back when that time is up, and the Leafs stopped at center ice, and the Blues clear it back near the Toronto net. Katsopoulos with the puck behind the Leafs goal, feeds out, and the puck taken and brought to center ice by Clark. Clark stopped at the Blues defense, and Iafrate has it at center ice. He gives it to Miroslav Friedger. He's trying to get around Norwood, hits the referee with a puck. Blues can't clear. It's kept in. Iafrate, a shot right on, and the puck off the stick of goaltender Millen and into the crowd just as LaValle came out, and the penalty time is over, and the Blues did very well in that shorthanded situation.
Greg Millen initially with a great save. There we see the penalty box. Smith and Daou in the penalty box for the Leafs. Kent Carlson still in for the Blues. And there are some Blues fans here. There are a few people here cheering on the Blues, but going back to that shorthanded goal, it was initially a great save by Millen before Gilmore scored the shorthanded goal.
4:55, the time of the shorthanded goal here in the second period. Blues trying to get the puck out of their own end, unable to, and finally Mark Hunter intercepts. He has a goal tonight. Here's Hunter over the line to Beers. He shoots. Oh, and the save by Reggett as that one just trickled out of his glove, and he pounced on it in the crease.
Ken Reggett didn't know where that loose puck was, and it was a quick wrist shot from Eddie Beers. A nice give and go between Eddie Beers and Mark Hunter. Beers just over the Toronto blue line, let go a quick wrist shot. Reggett just got his glove on it initially. The puck bounded behind him and started rolling ever so close to that goal line. He was able to cover up and get a whistle deep in the Toronto zone.
The Blues have never trailed tonight. They led 1-0. It was tied at 1. They led 2-1, tied at 2, and now they lead 3-2 in the second period. From the face-off is shot by Hunter, and it deflects into the crowd. It's Fedorko between Beers and Hunter. Ramage and Pavis on the points, and very quickly, just as we set the lineup, Jacques Demers is going to change his contingent on the ice.
And he's going to leave Bernie Fedorko on the ice. Now Fedorko is going from center over to the left wing, even though he will be taking the face-off here against Tom Fergus. He'll be out there with Gilmore and Pazlowski.
7 shots for the Leafs, 6 for the Blues in this period. Leafs win the face-off in their own end, start out. Fergus at center ice, shoots the puck in off the glass. 5, cuts in the shot. Cut off by Millen. He came way out to cut down the angle. Now it's Steve Thomas. A pass in front for Fergus. He's too well covered. Pazlowski ends up with it, comes to center ice. His stick knocked away by Steve Thomas, and the Leafs come up with it. With the puck, it's Fergus. Far wing pass for Vive behind him. Now Gilmore at center ice. He's on with Pazlowski, who takes the pass in front, just out of the reach of Gilmore. Puck off the boards to Steve Thomas. His pass comes to an open right wing. Vive after it, beaten to it by Norwood, and Norwood shoots the puck off the boards the length of the ice. A race for it. Salming beats Gilmore there, and it is icing against the Blues. We're 13 seconds shy of the 7-minute mark. Second period, 3-2 Blues.
Borje Salming, who is involved in that shorthanded goal, had Doug Gilmore turn him into knots before Gilmore was able to get a wrist shot off that Salming just deflected off of his stick, and that bounded high over the head of goaltender Ken Reggett into the goal. Borje Salming been with Toronto since '73.
Toronto wins the draw, and Iafrate a shot and a pad save by Millen. Puck cleared out by Pavis. Beers gets it in. Salming attempts to clear it out, and Beers knocks the puck down to Wickenheiser. In front to Hunter, broken up by Salming. Leaves the other way, 3-on-3, led by Lehman. He shoots it into the corner. Ramage back, beats Clark to it. Plays it along the near boards. Iafrate pinches in, runs into Beers. Puck loose, centered by Clark. Intercepted and cleared away by Pavis. And he clears it the length of the ice, and there'll be another icing. Salming touching the puck, icing against the Blues, who lead it 3-2 on Gilmore's shorthanded goal here in the second period. Again, if you missed it, Charlie Bourgeois, Greg Terrion are both gone. They are out with game misconducts after that early second period free-for-all.
And Charlie Bourgeois, the big Blues defenseman, is going to be sorely missed in this game. He's played outstanding hockey for the St. Louis Blues, and he's really added some muscle to the Blues, and that's one thing that they could really use back on defense right now.
Courtnall against Wickenheiser, face-off near Millen, and the puck slides right in front through the slot and played by Beers. His pass too far for Hunter, and Bill Root goes back for it. He feeds on the wing for Lehman. The puck by him to center ice. Norwood has it. He has trouble with it, plays it to the Toronto defense, and it comes loose at center ice to Lehman. Here comes Toronto. Lehman to Courtnall, and it's poked away by Natras to center ice. The Leafs are caught in deep. Finally, the puck shot in by Courtnall. However, Wendell Clark was slow in coming out and is offside. Now Beers, brother, is going to go at it with Courtnall. Eddie Beers and Russ Courtnall. And the players all gather around. And Beers and Courtnall, Joe, can't get at each other, at least at the moment.
Natras is in there. Hunter's now involved with Wendell Clark. They're squared off. They look like they're ready to go.
Boy, Clark is a tough one. He loves to fight. He's a very good fighter. The rookie, who was a defenseman last year in the Western Hockey League. He is a sensational-looking rookie. He is a very versatile, well-rounded player.
and he's as tough as they come. Now they're just rubbing heads together, but Clark trying to get one arm free. He is a tough, strong, aggressive young player, and he's turned out to be the leader on this Toronto Maple Leaf team as only a 19-year-old.
He has the early stature of a would-be great star, Bobby Hall, Frank Mahovlich, Gordie Howe kind of player. He's not in the mold at all of a Wayne Gretzky. He's a very strong physical player, more like a Hall or a Gordie Howe. So there's a break in the action with 12:09 to go in the second period. 3-2, the Blues on top. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs have Wendell Clark, Russ Courtnall in the penalty box along with Brad Smith. They're still jawing back and forth to the Blues players on the other side of the penalty box. Mark Hunter, Eddie Beers, Kent Carlson still in there. Let's listen to the penalty call.
Toronto penalty to number 9, Russ Courtnall, 2 minutes for roughing, and number 17, Wendell Clark, 2 minutes for roughing. Time 7:51. For
Blues,
St. Louis,
Eddie Beers. Beers getting a 2-minute roughing penalty, and Mark Hunter getting a roughing penalty. And Clark and Courtnall getting roughing penalties, so coincidental penalties here at 7:51 of the second period. Well, we've had a lot of penalties, and it's gotten to the point short of the halfway mark of the game where we've had so many we're going to quit counting.
We're running out of paper is what we're doing.
Neutral face-off, puck shot in by Kotsopoulos, carries around behind the Blues net along the near boards. Blues Norwood comes out with it to center ice. Up to the Toronto line, Norwood in front and out of the reach of Reeds. Cavallini at the right point keeps it into Reeds. In front, Mahar, a shot deflects just wide, and Reagan grabs the puck at the side of the net as Cavallini and Kotsopoulos bump. Boy, anybody looks at anybody with a funny look, and they're ready to go here in this one. Game 4 of this best-of-7 series. The Blues needing a victory badly as they trail 2-1.
Gino Cavallini also involved in the trade from Calgary back on February 1st, and he's a big, strong guy, 6'2", 210 pounds, and he's certainly not afraid to throw his weight around at all. Barclay Plager, the Blues assistant coach, behind the Blues bench. He's cheering on those defensemen tonight, and I'm sure he's hurting without big Charlie Bourgeois back there.
Mahar for the face-off with Daou. Toronto gets the puck, and Preacher comes to center ice with it. Preacher over the St. Louis line on the right wing in front. Daou and a backhand shot stopped by Millen. Millen stops Daou, and Ramage headmans too far for Cavallini. Then Mahar after the puck with Salming leaves it for Cavallini, and a shot 6 feet wide. Ramage at the right point. Wrist shot deflected right in front. Loose. They score. Reeds. Mark Reeds tips the puck by Reagan before he can get his glove on it. Oh, and the Blues have a 4-2 lead.
And that line putting a lot of pressure on Mahar, Reeds, and Cavallini. They're all over. Ramage initially from the point let go a soft wrist shot. Cavallini was in front. Reggett going down to the ice tried to jump on the loose puck, but Mark Reeds just cruising through the slot area from the corner got to the puck before Reggett could get his glove on it, and he just slid it underneath Reggett into the net for a 2-goal lead for the Blues.
Mark Reeds has his first playoff goal. He had 10 goals in the regular season. Puck shot in from the center ice, face-off by Toronto, and Fedorko intercepts out to Gilmore across the rink. Taking the pass is Ragland. Trying to get around Kotsopoulos. They battle in the corner. Behind the net, Fedorko takes the puck. He's checked there. Held against the boards by Fergus. Gilmore takes the puck away to the corner. Out to the point. Norwood, good chance, or Natras rather, and the shot is blocked in front. Now the other way, Steve Thomas for Toronto. Stopped by Natras at the St. Louis blue line. Lee Norwood clears the puck out to Fedorko offside as the pass originated inside the St. Louis line and taken out over the center red line. 4-2, the Blues take the lead.
Mark Reeds with his first playoff goal, and he's been an outstanding player for these Blues. One of those unheralded type players. He's always in there banging, more of a checker. Here's Reeds coming in from the side again, just pounces on the loose puck after it deflected off a Cavallini's skate. Reeds just beat goalie Ken Reggett to the puck before Reggett could put his glove on it, and he just tapped it underneath Reggett into the open net. Give the Blues a 4-2 lead. 10:36 left to go in this second period.
Time left is the bad news. Bouncing puck at center ice. Mahar takes it. Banks it off the boards into the Toronto end, and it slides right to Reggett, who makes the save. 27 Toronto shots tonight, 20 St. Louis shots on goal. Blues lead 4-2. Leaves clear to center ice. Pavis there lifts the puck high. Fair catch called for. And Salmeen, or Iafrate, drops the puck. Here's a chance for Mahar, moving right in, a shot, and Reggett stops him as Reed set up Mahar. Iafrate the other way, over to Daou. He cuts into the middle, but it's offside. Toronto. Exactly 10 minutes left in the second period. The Blues lead it 4-2. The 2 goals in the period. Gilmore unassisted, a shorthanded goal at 4:55. And at 9:41, Reeds from Ramage and Cavallini. And Joe Micheletti, I can't recall in many a year 30 minutes as full of real exciting good hockey as we've seen here tonight.
Well, we've had all kinds of scoring opportunities. We've had 48 shots on goal in the first 30 minutes of this game. Both goaltenders have been kept extremely busy. Both teams playing with a great deal of intensity, and of course this Blues team needs a victory tonight to even the series.
From the neutral face-off, Iafrate shoots it in. Millen leaves the puck behind the net. Norwood has it. He's on defense with Mattress. Up to LaValle, who's the left wing with Wickenheiser. And also Pazlowski. Leafs intercept. Courtnall over the line with Clark and Lehman. A pass for Clark broken up, and Wickenheiser clears the puck out of his end. Courtnall has it to Clark. He's stopped by Natras. He's stopped. And here's Gary Lehman. He can't get around Pazlowski. Courtnall pokes the puck loose, and Natras clears to center ice. Iafrate for Toronto at his own line. He's stopped at center ice. Courtnall gathers in the loose puck, feeds it to Clark, and he breaks in over the St. Louis line. Knocked off balance by Pazlowski. Now Courtnall along the boards. Nice pass to Salmeen at the right point. He backhands the puck behind the net. Clark there checked and taken out of the play. Wickenheiser knocked down in the corner, tries to cover the puck. Courtnall slaps at it, and Natras has the puck behind the net, but a hand pass, and referee Terry Gregson stops play with 9:04 to go in the second period, and the Blues leading the Maple Leafs 4-2. The Blues trying to even this best-of-7 series at 2 victories aside here tonight at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Well, Dan Maloney, as you mentioned earlier, was a feisty player as a coach. Gary Lehman, another one of those youngsters on the Toronto Maple Leafs, just 21 years old, 5'11", 168 pounds. His hometown is Toronto. He was the Leafs' second-round pick back in 1982.
Face-off near Millen, won by the Leafs, but a false start, and they'll have the face-off again. Bernie Federko against Tom Fergus.
Gary Lehman spent a good part of this season down on the farm team, but since he had been called up, he was put together with the line of Clark and Courtnall, and that's turned out to be an outstanding line for the Maple Leafs.
They call it the Hound line here in Toronto. Leafs win the draw. Kotsopoulos plays the puck from the point behind the Blues net. Then Vive runs into Eddie Beers. Pavis taken out by Fergus. A scramble for the puck behind Millen, and Beers ends up with it. Beers trying to clear it out, does to center ice. Thomas intercepts as Vive mixes it up at center ice with Beers, and the Blues take over as Hunter takes it away from Thomas and gets the pass to Beers. He's run into by Bill Root, and Steve Thomas circles in his own end for Toronto. Leaves the puck for Bill Root, who headmans to Tom Fergus, on to Rick Vive, who's lost his helmet. Back to Fergus. Along the boards, he centers for Vive, and it's broken up by Beers. Over to Ramage. Ahead to Reeds. He'll shoot from long range wide off the end boards right in front, and Reggett falls on the puck and holds it for a face-off, and that'll give the Blues a chance to complete a line change with 8:11 to go in the second period of play.
Brian Sutter, the Blues injured captain behind the bench. Greg Pazlowski, Kevin LaValle, Doug Gilmore, who scored that short-handed goal to give the Blues a 3-2 lead. Kent Carlson and Herb Ragland, they've got to come up with a great effort here tonight, and they've done so up to this point, leading 4-2 with 8:11 left to go in this second period. And as Jacques Demers mentioned, we've seen a lot of Bernie Federko. He was just out on a new line with Mark Reeds and Cavallini on one side. He's been out on left wing, right wing. Mahar has played a great deal. Now Terry Gregson is over near the Blues bench with Gord Brossiker, who seems to have received a cut somewhere in the face area. Trainer Norm Mackey is attending to him.
And he's smiling. Wipe the blood away and let's go.
Just earlier, Mark, or I should say Eddie Beers and Rick Vive got into a little tangle in front of the Toronto bench, and we've seen a lot of that tonight. I'm sure we'll see much more of it as the night progresses.
Mahar will try to win the face-off near the Toronto net. He's unable to, but ends up with a puck. Back to Natras. Clears it around the boards behind the Toronto net. Near corner, Cavallini behind the goal to Reeds. Looking in front, he'll come in front, then Nyland pokes it away. Norwood pinches in at the left point, cuts into the corner, circles behind the net. Then Reeds runs into Nyland, and a centering pass by Norwood, and a shot by Mahar, and Reggett makes the save on that rising drive off the stick of Mahar.
This is a game that we've seen Lee Norwood in particular really be more offensive. He's moving in from that left point. He's been controlling the puck, trying to make the plays, and that's been giving the Toronto defensemen a tough time in their own zone. The Blues being very aggressive in the offensive ice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're getting some good scoring opportunities. Rick Mahar's had a couple of good opportunities. And Ken Reggett, the one thing about Ken Reggett that he's criticized for is leaving too many rebounds. He's having trouble controlling those rebounds here again tonight.
It'll be Gilmore against Courtnall. Face-off in the Toronto end, won by the Leafs. Root lifts the puck into the crowd, and we'll have another face-off at the same spot. Herb Ragland, Mark Hunter, Doug Gilmore, and Mark Reeds have scored for the Blues. Rick Vive and Chris Kotsopoulos have scored tonight for the Maple Leafs. Still 7:43 remaining in the second period of play. It has been a long evening of hockey to this point, and we have a long way to go. We've had a number of fisticuffs. Charlie Bourgeois, Greg Terrion thrown out of the game. Game misconducts early here in the second period. Now Wickenheiser facing off, loses the draw, and Fergus gets the puck to Root, who clears to center ice. Pavis there lifts the puck high again, this time Reggett for the fair catch, and the Toronto goalie grabs it and holds it for a faceoff. I think Jim Pavis might be the champion in the NHL for ability to lift the puck high. He can almost put it in the lights here at Maple Leaf Gardens, and if you can do that, you're a champion.
And he's done it a few times, and on one previous occasion, the Blues came up with a good scoring opportunity when Mahar raced in, and just as Brady dropped the fair catch, as you would call it, Ken, Mahar was there to pounce on it, and they had a good scoring opportunity.
Boy, with Pavis on the ice at center ice, you got to have good downfield coverage. Face-off in the Toronto zone, won by the Blues. Pavis plays it from the point around behind the net. Getting to it first, Kotsopoulos plays it up to Clark, off his body to Courtnall. He clears to center ice. Pavis intercepts, now to Cavallini, who shoots it in and takes a hit from Root. Reggett out of the crease, clears the puck along the far boards to Russ Courtnall. He hits a Blues player with a puck, and it ends up behind the net. Root is there. He's checked. It comes loose. Mahar in front for Cavallini, and he just fails to turn the puck on goal as the Leafs clear to center ice. Puck will slide over the St. Louis line, and Pavis back for it. Blues lead 4-2. Pavis's pass too far. Salming at center ice. Up ends. Ragland. Then Cavallini moves in. Shoots. Reggett the save. And Salming gets the rebound. A pass too far for Courtnall. And Norwood leaves the puck at center ice. Then Salming shoots it right back in. Millen behind the goal. Leaves it there for Rick Natras. 4-2 St. Louis. Lehman some good forechecking. Pass in the corner to Norwood, up on the wing to Cavallini. Out at center ice, an errant pass picked off by Toronto and Steve Thomas. Back to the defense to Salmi. Blues changing on the go. Over to Iafrate. The youngster charges to center ice. Loses the puck, finally gives it to Thomas. He's over the line. Beats too far for Vive in the far corner. Vive now behind the St. Louis net. Trying to get it back to Iafrate at the point, who takes a hit from Cavallini. Puck loose in the corner. Norwood, Thomas, Vive, and Wickenheiser there. And it comes loose to Cavallini, and he clears it, but not out. Iafrate keeps it in. Here's a chance for Fergus in the corner. Pass in front. There'll be a penalty as Wickenheiser spins down Rick Vive, and the Blues will be shorthanded with 5:50 remaining in the second period. They lead 4-2. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Opportunity, and they keep things rather simple. They've got the best power play in the playoffs, as you mentioned, Ken, and they don't do anything too fancy. They try to get the puck back to the point to get shots. We'll take another look at Wickenheiser in the high slot, tripping the player Rick Vive, and now Toronto has the power play.
Blues win the draw on their own end, and the puck cleared to center ice, but hits the linesman, Gord Brosick. Here's Russ Courtnall carrying over the line, faking a shot, a wrist shot off Pavisa's stick to the corner. Reeds is there. Along the boards to Mahar. He can't get the puck out. Toronto keeps it in, then Mahar pokes it away, and the Leafs will go back for it. Mahar quickly replaced by Gilmore, on with Reeds, Ramage, and Pavis. 4-2, Blues lead late in the second period here in Toronto, trying to even the series at 2 victories apiece. Salming onto the right wing to Lehman over the line. Puck slapped away by Pavis, but right to Courtnall. Back to the point, Salming a shot, and it's caught by Millen. And he had Wendell Clark waving his stick right in front of him.
Well, that's what Salming will do. They want to get the puck to Salming back on the right point, and they'll either try to make a pass off to the side or just get that shot on goal. And they've got, in that particular instance, it was Wendell Clark, the big, strong, tough rookie, standing right in front of Greg Millen. Now Clark goes off the ice. They'll have Rick Vive standing right in front of Greg Millen. They'll try to get as many shots from those defensemen as possible.
Ken Wilson, Joe Micheletti, Blues, Maple Leafs, late in the second period. Still 1:17 to go in the Doug Wickenheiser penalty. Both teams have scored a power play goal tonight. The Blues also have a shorthanded goal. That broke a 2-2 tie early in this second period. Gilmore got it. Reed scored later to make it 4-2. Taking the puck is Natras. He can't get it out, but then Pazlowski gets it. Skates to center ice, down the right wing, over the line. A pass for Gilmore, broken up in Toronto with a man advantage. Heads up ice. 5 to Fergus, cutting in. Out comes Miller, and the shot beats him. Fergus shoots and scores. And the power play goal for the Leafs cuts the Blues lead to 1.
Vive takes the puck at center ice. Both Pazlowski and Natras came across. That left Fergus wide open. He let go a quick wrist shot. It seemed to beat Millen through the legs for the power play goal. Pazlowski lost it initially. Vive picked up the loose puck in his own zone. The mistake. Fergus, the quick wrist shot. It's 4-3, 4:51 left to go in this second period.
That's the third goal for Tom Fergus in the 4 games in this playoff series. Fergus now has 4 goals overall in the playoffs for Toronto. Face off at center ice, won by St. Louis. Ramage turning in his own end over to Pavis. Less than 5 minutes to go in the second period. A 1-goal St. Louis lead as the puck is shot in and the Leafs play it. Kotsopoulos ahead to Freacher. On with Bedubny, who gets it ahead to Inachek. He's checked, but a loose puck. Freacher has it. There'll be a penalty as Pavis was yanked down, and I believe it'll be a penalty against Peter Inachek. We'll have to wait and see, but he seemed, Joe, to upend Jim Pavis.
I think that's the correct call, Ken Wilson, as Pavis was scrambling back to try and get over to Miroslav Freacher. He had initially taken Inachek out of the play. Inachek went down, and he'll go off. I'm sure they'll give him a 2-minute tripping penalty. Rob Ramage is also going to the penalty box, Ken Wilson, and I didn't see what that was all about.
Meanwhile, Pavis standing right in front of Millen, watching it all.
15, Peter Inachek, 2 minutes for tripping. Time 15:34. For St. Louis, Rob Ramage, cross-checking. For Toronto, Peter Inachek, tripping. Time 15:34.
Terry Gregson with an eagle eye.
Miroslav Freacher, who had control of the puck, and Pavis was pulled down by Peter Inichuk, and just at the time Ramage was cross-checking Peter Inichuk, so both penalties happening almost simultaneously.
Coincidental penalties. Both teams will play it at full strength. Face-off in the neutral zone, won by the Blues. Pavis on defense with Norwood. Shoots the puck out. Shot back in by Fergus. Racing after it, Thomas. Norwood beats him to it. He leaves it for Pazlowski, who's belted down by Nyland. And the puck comes to center ice, and Boreas Salming shoots it right back in. Millen leaves it near the goal for Pavis, the New York City native. Ahead to Fedorko. Nice short pass to Gilmore. He carries over the line to Pazlowski. Screen shot. Seemed to hit Gilmore in the back. And the puck cleared out by Toronto right onto Pavis's stick at center ice. He gets it right back in. And Reagan at the side of the goal falls on the puck with Gilmore there. The whistle. And there'll be a face-off with the Blues leading the Maple Leafs 4-3. The Leafs getting back with their second power play goal. Fergus from 5 at 15:09. Boy, Toronto now in the playoffs with 10 power play goals. 10 power play goals in 7 playoff games.
They're playing outstanding on the power play, and they had a lot of difficulty over the course of the season with their power play. They finished the season as the 20th best team in the league on the power play, but they've certainly straightened that part of their game out going into these playoffs.
The second season, and the Leafs have excelled here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Courtnall facing off with Mahar. The Leafs win the face-off. Root bothered by Mahar behind the Toronto net. They fall down. Loose puck. Reads in the corner. Centers before Cavallini can get in front of the net. Lehman starts out with a pass to Courtnall with Clark over the line. They crisscross, and Courtnall's pass fails. Cavallini takes a hit as he clears ahead to Mahar. It's Rick Mahar into the Toronto zone. He overskates the puck, and Toronto clears it out. Katsopoulos to Courtnall with Clark and Lehman over the St. Louis line. Courtnall has the puck and shoots it right through the goal mouth. Katsopoulos up from the point, hands it to Lehman in the corner. He's poke checked. Katsopoulos collides with Reeds, and Mahar gets the puck out. Pass broken up at center ice, but onto Bell's stick. Bell knocked down over the line to Cavallini. A pass right into the slot area, but the Blues caught changing. It's Wendell Clark zigzagging through center ice. Gets to the blue line around Norwood. Feeds to Courtnall in front for Lehman. Broken up by Lee Norwood, who circles his own net. Now Norwood coming down the near side. Skates to center ice. He's ridden out of the play, but with a second effort gets the puck and finally shoots it in. A good effort there by Lee Norwood. Puck behind the Toronto net. Salming plays it up the boards, intercepting Beers, and a shot just wide. Now Norwood at the right point keeps the puck into Fedorko behind the net, right in front through the goal mouth, and Hunter knocked down. Leafs break out. Gary Lehman taking the pass from Courtnall, flips the puck in, and a tricky save for Greg Millen. Now Podubny steals the puck in the corner. Walt Podubny trying to center along with Daou. They do, and Pavis sends the puck back of the net, and he finally ends up with it and lifts it to center ice. A race for the puck, and Iafrate is the first man back, clears it out, brought back in by Beers. Offside, St. Louis.
Now we have had up and down action for almost 2 periods now. A minute 59 left to go in the second period. The Blues still holding that 4-3 lead. The shots on goal up to this point favor Toronto. 29 shots for the Leafs, 23 shots for the St. Louis Blues. Dan Maloney looking a little concerned behind that Toronto Maple Leaf bench, shouting encouragement to his troops. Now Fedorko out to take the draw against Daou.
Daou wins the face-off. Loose puck at center ice. Shot in by Bell. Bell and Ramage on defense. Salming has the puck for Toronto. Up to Brad Smith. Blues forward line. Beers, Pazlowski, and Fedorko. Smith gets the puck in. Pavis sends it out, and Iafrate hands it to Daou. On the right wing to Brad Smith. He centers. Puck deflected by Freacher, but just wide. Now Fedorko takes the puck. Brad Smith all around Fedorko, and Fedorko pulls away, and he's stopped at the Toronto defense. Here's Freacher. Off the skate of Smith, the puck slides near the St. Louis net. Millen sweeps it around to Pazlowski. Toronto changing. Up to Fedorko at the St. Louis line. into Ramage. Ramage cuts into the corner, hits the back of the net. Then Fedorko centers, and the puck comes to the blue line. Kept in by Reeds. Back of the net to Fedorko. Comes in front. Oh, and a pad save, Reagan, and a shot high by Reeds. Less than a minute to go in the period as the Leafs come up with a puck. Salmi. A pass trying to spring loose Preacher, and it was just broken up. Blues in their own zone. Reeds gets the puck out, and Fedorko slaps it into the Toronto end. 37 seconds to go, second period. Blues completing a line change and a loose puck at center ice. Handed right to Fergus. Fergus for Toronto over the St. Louis line. Drop pass for Thomas, broken up, cleared to center ice. A scramble for the puck along the near boards. And a stick goes over the glass into the crowd, and some players getting a little hot down below us.
Bill Root of the Toronto Maple Leafs and Rick Mahar, the two initial players that were involved in that scuffle along the boards, and it doesn't take much for these players to get involved in anything. Now they're sending Mahar to the Blues dressing room, doing the same with Bill Root, and Mahar has had a very good playoff for these Blues. He's been killing penalties, been playing left wing, center, and he's been one of the Blues players that's played with a tremendous amount of intensity throughout this playoff series.
And that's what it takes to win in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You have to play very intense hockey. What's amazing is the ability for an entire team to play as intense as you must for 60 minutes. It's simply not very easy to do.
Toronto penalty to number 25, Bill Root, 2 minutes for roughing. Time 19:41. For St. Louis, Rick Mahar, roughing.
19 seconds to go in the period. Face off at center ice. The Blues. Gilmore carries into the Toronto zone. His wrist shot and a glove save by Ken Reagan, and there'll be a face-off with 10 seconds remaining.
You mentioned, Ken, about the intensity for 60 minutes in a game. Well, Jacques Demers was a little upset with some of his players in Tuesday night's game. He felt that there were only 14 or 15 players that really put out a good, strong effort for the Blues, and 4 or 5 of them didn't carry their own weight, and that was the one concern he had going into tonight's game. He mentioned he needed all 19 players that are dressed to contribute.
Gilmore trying to win the draw with Fergus, unable to. Salming behind the Toronto net. 5 seconds left. Up to Fergus. Over to Vive on the right wing. 2 seconds. 1 second. And he can't get a shot away as the second period, which was very similar to the first period, comes to an end. A lot of penalties in the second period, but that was true in period 1. It was 2-2 after 20 minutes of play. Gilmore gave the Blues the lead with a shorthanded goal at 4:55. Reed scored at 9:41 to make it 4-2 St. Louis. But Fergus, a power play goal from Vive at 15:09. And after 2 periods of play at Maple Leaf Gardens, it's the Blues 4 and the Maple Leafs 3.
Both teams coming back on the ice for the start of the third period in the third hour of this broadcast and telecast tonight. Mr. Wilson, it's been a long one, and we've seen just great intensity, though, from both teams tonight.
I feel overtime, too, for some reason. I feel overtime in my left knee. I'm not sure why. I hope we don't see it. I'd be very happy with a 4-3 final.
That'd be fine with me, no question. Let's go back to St. Louis with this series tied. And by the way, Game 5 will be in St. Louis on Saturday night. And also, that'll be towel waving night at the arena. The Blues management is hoping that all our Blues fans will bring blue or gold towels or both Saturday night at the arena. Here in Toronto, they've come out with sparklers and noisemakers, and they've been a very vocal crowd. Going over the scoring of that second period again, Doug Gilmore scored a shorthanded goal at 4:55 of the second period, his 4th goal of the playoffs. That gave the Blues a 3-2 lead. And then Mark Reeds with his first goal of the playoffs, Ramage and Cavallini assisting at 9:41, staked the Blues to a 4-2 lead. But then Tom Fergus scored his 4th goal of the playoffs, a power play effort. Rick Vive assisted on that power play goal, 15:09 of the second period. And that brought Toronto back within 4-3. That's where we're going to start this third and possibly final period of play between the Blues and the Maple Leafs.
They haven't seen hockey like this in Toronto for many, many years. These two teams ready to go. It'll be Gilmore, Fedorko, Paslowski, Norwood, and Natras in front of Greg Millen. Fergus on with Thomas and Vive. Kotsopoulos and Nyland in front of Ken Reggett. Reggett's played in every playoff game for the Leafs, who win the draw. Kotsopoulos, who has a goal tonight. Headman's just out of the reach of Vive, and the puck slides to Millen. He plays it along the boards to Fedorko, not out, kept in by Kotsopoulos. And the puck in the corner, Norwood back for it. He's pinned to the boards by Fergus, and Fedorko gets the puck. He's hemmed into the corner by Thomas. Blues having trouble in their own end in the first minute of the third period. Fergus trying to center, and the puck behind the goal, and Norwood ends up with it. The ex-Washington Capital headman's in a loose puck at center ice. Right onto the Blues player's stick, over to Fedorko. He'll shoot, and the puck hits a Leafs player, kept in at the point by Norwood. His pass knocked down by Kotsopoulos. A shot in front, knocked down by Fedorko. Over to Gilmore. He shoots, and he scores. Doug Gilmore on a three-way passing play, and it's 5-3 Blues.
Oh, what a play by Fedorko. A great pass over to Gilmore, but it was the Toronto Maple Leafs that came out with all kinds of pressure. Paslowski kept the puck in to Fedorko. Nyland went with Fedorko. So did Reggett. Fedorko, a nice little soft pass over to Gilmore, the other side of the net. He had a wide open net, and he just tucked it in for his second goal of the game. That gives the Blues a 5-3 lead. 47 seconds into this third period.
Boy, is that sweet. Gilmore gets his second of the night and a 2-goal lead for the Blues. They win the draw, and Ramage shoots the puck to the Toronto defense. It comes up to Wendell Clark. Clark over the line, trying to get around Ramage, turns into the corner. Clark centers, and it hits the skate of Wickenheiser. The puck to center ice. Hunter pokes it ahead. He and Salming racing after it. They each go down. The puck behind the Toronto net. Salming plays it on the right wing to Gary Lehman. He pokes it to center ice, and it's intercepted there by Wickenheiser. He has it poked away, and he finally plays it back to Ramage. A rink-wide pass to Pavis. Up on the left wing to Beers. Ahead for Wickenheiser, but it's offside. Reed's in a stride ahead of the puck on the right wing.
Now, Toronto really came out this third period putting a lot of pressure on these St. Louis Blues deep in their own zone. The Toronto defensemen were pressing before the Blues finally got control of the puck, moved it out of their own zone. Doug Gilmore, his second goal of the game, his fifth goal of the playoffs. Bernie Fedorko, Greg Paslowski, both adding assists. That coming at the 47-second mark of this third period.
And Gilmore now with 14 playoff points, most by any player in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Toronto with a puck, losing it to Norwood at the Blues defense, and it's played right back to the Toronto line. Kotsopoulos clears the center ice. A battle for the puck there. Freacher gets it. On the wing to Inachuk, in front for Podubny, but out of his reach, and Millen turns it away. An island shot blocked by a Blues player, and the player is down. And it's Rick Natras. Oh, he took a heavy shot right along the boards, and that puck hit him, and he is very slow in getting up.
That's a great defensive play by Rick Natras. Just sliding over and blocking the shot. Norm Mackey, the trainer of the Blues, comes out on the ice to attend to Rick Natras, and he slid to block that shot. And it looked to me like he got that shot up in the chest area or in the neck area. Seems to be all right now. He's talking to Norm Mackey. The play initiated as the puck came all the way across. Millen made the initial save. The puck came back to the point, and Natras just slid. And that's a big league play right there. Natras is back up now and skating on his own to the Blues bench. 18-13 left to go. 5-3 Blues. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. 5-3, the Blues leading. The faceoff will be deep in the Blues zone to the right of goaltender Greg Millen. Lee Norwood, who's had a very good game here tonight, is out with Natras, who recovered after blocking that shot just a couple of moments ago.
Face off in the Blue zone, back to the point. Kotsopoulos plays it around the end boards. Norwood chases after the puck, and he gets it out to center ice. Bill Ruth there lifts it high. Back in, Norwood plays it on a hop, lifts it high himself up in the scoreboard area, and it comes down right in front of Reagan, and he comes out and lifts the puck into the crowd to stop play. 5-3, Blues lead. And we're still early in the third period. Meanwhile, at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, where the Flames have a 2-1 game lead in their best-of-7 series, no score, Flames and Oilers in the first period.
Meanwhile, the Blues are not only trying to tie this series up at 2 games apiece, but they're also fighting against history. Both Calgary and Toronto have history on their sides in these playoffs. Teams that have split the first 2 games of the best-of-7 series on the road and then won the third game have won 19 of 23 playoff series since expansion.
From the point, Pavisa's shot, Reget the save, and here's Steve Thomas through center ice for Toronto. He's poke check, but Solming gets the puck, and a wrist shot caught by Greg Millen, and he holds on for a faceoff. That's an interesting note.
Well, I mentioned the expansion coming in 67-68, and the teams that have split on the road and then won that next game at home on their home ice have won 19 of 23 series since 67-68. So the Blues not only trying to tie up this series at 2 games apiece, they're also fighting against some past history. But we've seen the Blues do a lot of crazy things. We've seen them win when they shouldn't have, and they keep battling back, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Blues pull out a victory here tonight.
The Blues are the veritable underdog in just about every situation. I think they go into training camp as the underdog every year. Fergus to face off with Fedorko, or Mahar rather. Fergus and Mahar near Greg Millen. Fergus wins the draw, but a false start. They'll do it again. Early in this game, the Blues were losing a lot of face-offs in their own end. Interestingly enough, to check the statistics, the face-offs won by each side just about even. It's a 50-50 proposition to this point.
And Tom Fergus has been the best face-off man that Toronto has had in this series.
Fergus on with Thomas and Vive, Iafrate and Salmi. Mahar battles Fergus, who wins the draw. Back to Salmi. Into the corner it goes. Thomas checked there, and the puck held for a face-off, and also the goal came loose behind Greg Millen.
Lee Norwood battling Rick Vive. That's a battle that's been going on all night around that net. Rick Vive never afraid to put his nose in there around that net. Coach Dan Maloney talking to a few of his players behind the net. Now the Blues changing lines, as are the Maple Leafs. Fedorko will come out now with Hunter on one side. Doug Gilmour will be playing center. Another line combination. I'm not sure if we've seen that combination yet in this series.
Gilmour's goal, 47 seconds into the third period, has given St. Louis a 2-goal lead. 5-3 Blues. Courtnall against Gilmour for the face-off. Gilmour wins the draw. Natras with a puck. He pulls up behind the St. Louis goal. Natras, Norwood, Gilmour, Fedorko, and Hunter. Pass for Hunter goes by him through center ice. There'll be no icing. Reget out of the crease, plays the puck along the boards. Natras up from the point, swipes at the puck and misses it. It's loose, and Hunter has it at center ice, and he leaves it there for Natras. And Natras, a pass for Gilmour. Ahead to Fedorko over the line. Fedorko to Hunter, cutting in on the right wing, a shot on a pad save by Reget. That was a tremendous opportunity for Mark Hunter. And the Leafs clear the puck the length of the ice. Natras back, touches it. It's icing against Toronto. In the third period, the Blues have a 2-goal lead. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Ready for the face-off deep in the Toronto end. Game 5 Saturday night at the arena in St. Louis. Puck dropped to skirmish for it. They're still battling. And finally, Root, the defenseman of the Leafs, sends up with it. He has it behind the goal. Courtnall skates through, takes the puck, tries to find an opening down the near wing, is checked by Ragland. Beers with it. He dumps the puck back in. Root will beat Wickenheiser to it in the corner. Bill Root on defense with Chris Kotsopoulos. Clark has it in his own end in the left wing. Out to Russ Courtnall. Nice move at center ice, but he goes down, and that gives Herb Ragland a chance to fire the puck right back in. And the Blues with a 2-goal lead, just over 16 minutes to go in the third period, now seem to be content to shoot the puck in, and they're trying to play a more defensive style. Here's Clark taking a check from the Blues at center ice. Ragland. Then Clark gets the puck again. Stick handles to the defense and can't get by the Blues defense. Cavallini with a bouncing puck, unable to control it in the neutral zone. In a check over to Salmi. He stick handles through center ice over the St. Louis line. A wrist shot. That's caught by Millen. And within a check there along with Lehman, the Blues goaltender holds it for a faceoff.
Herb Ragland, the 18-year-old rookie of the St. Louis Blues, scored his first NHL goal tonight for the Blues in that first period to give the Blues a 1-0 lead. Just 18 years old, and he has been a very highly sought player by most of the teams around the National Hockey League. In fact, Ron Caron has mentioned that there's the majority of the teams have been wanting to get Herb Ragland.
Face off in the Blues zone. They win the draw. Natras to Reeds with Cavallini over the line. 2-on-2. The shot. Oh, and Cavallini after the save can't score, but scoring is Mahar. On the second rebound, Rick Mahar makes it 6-3 St. Louis.
Rick Mahar following up the play after Reeds let the shot go. Reeds took the pass, broke down right wing, and he let a long shot go. Reggett made a pad save, couldn't control the rebound. Cavallini missed the first time. Mahar following up, just put a wrist shot into the empty net to give the Blues a 3-goal lead. Reggett, again, couldn't control the rebound. There's Mahar just breaking in after Cavallini just slid through the goal crease. A happy Rick Mahar has given the Blues a 3-goal lead.
6-3 St. Louis. Toronto with a puck. Vive shoots it in off the linesman. It goes right to the Maple Leafs, and a stoppage in play. And there'll be a face-off and a penalty or two coming up here. There'll be a cross-checking penalty called against the Blues with 15:20 to go in regulation time. The penalty will be against the aforementioned Herb Ragland. That Mahar goal, his first playoff goal. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Herb Ragland goes off for cross-checking. 15:20 left to go in this third period. And Toronto, trailing by 3, will have a power play opportunity.
A battle for the puck. Mahar can't clear Salmi at the left point. He shoots. Saw a glove save by Greg Millen. He holds it for a face-off. That Mahar goal is first of the playoffs from Cavallini and Reeds at 4:28. Gilmore scored early in the period. Mahar now at 4:28. And the Blues have a 6-3 lead. And I'm hesitant to call it commanding, but I'm beginning to feel it's a commanding lead.
I'll take one more goal, I think. A 4-goal lead would make me feel much more comfortable.
Here's Salmi from the draw, and a shot deflects over the crossbar. Mark Reeds can't clear. Steve Thomas keeps it in, but Vive was mixing it up with Mahar. Now Vive trying to get at Mahar, and the players mill around in the St. Louis zone. There will be penalties. Meanwhile, at Calgary, Edmonton putting the puck in the net, Joe Micheletti, but the goal was disallowed, and it remains Oilers nothing and Calgary no score in the first period.
The Battle of Alberta, as they're calling that series. Right off the face-off, Fergus again wins the draw back to Salming. Salming was able to walk right in and get a good scoring opportunity. We'll have coincidental penalties. Rick Mahar and Rick Vive. Both players going off for high sticking. 4:56 the time.
Already Ragland in the penalty box. He has a minute 44 to go in his penalty. Coincidental penalties to Mahar and to Vive. The Blues with goals from Ragland, Hunter, Reeds, and Mahar, and 2 goals from Gilmore. Puck dropped in the neutral zone. Blues clear it the length of the ice. They're shorthanded with a 6-3 lead. Salming starts out from behind the Toronto net, feeds up to the center red line to Lehman. He shoots the puck in, and Ramage back for it behind the goal. Wings it around to Reeds in the far boards, then to Ramage. He spun around and chops at the puck and clears it the length of the ice. Blues now have Wickenheiser on with Gilmore, Ramage, and Norwood. And Wickenheiser intercepts at center ice, gets the puck to Ramage, and he clears it into the Toronto end. Meanwhile, at Edmonton, Craig McTavish, the former Boston Bruin, has scored, and Edmonton leads Calgary 1-0. This is Al Iafrate out of his own end to Gary Lehman for Toronto. He shoots it in wide of the goal. Ramage slaps at the puck, can't clear it. Power play Toronto. Salming to Iafrate, back to Salming, a pass for Clark. He has it along the near boards. Clark trying to move in front into the slot, the circle to Iafrate, and his backhand shot wide. Ragland will be back in 40 seconds. Blues lead 6-3. Toronto with a puck. Courtnall cuts in, shoots off the chest of Millen, and Wickenheiser clears the puck away. 6-3, Blues lead. They're shorthanded for another 25 seconds. Salming through center ice. Toronto with a pair of power play goals tonight. He leaves the puck for Kotsopoulos, who plays it behind the net. None of the Leafs are there. Now at the left point, Fergus. And he has his pass broken up by Reeves, who finds an opening to send the puck down the ice. 5 seconds, and Raglan will be back on. Brad Smith carries the puck out for Toronto. Raglan back on. Drop pass. Gilmore intercepts. Out to center ice. Salming brings the puck back in offside. Toronto. Here at Maple Leaf Gardens, the Blues leading the Maple Leafs by a score of 6-3. And at Calgary, action there.
Craig McTavish, after Gretzky feeds McTavish on the side of the net. McTavish just spun and turned it in, put it into the net to give Edmonton a 1-0 lead, and then Edmonton quickly took a 2-0 lead. Wayne Gretzky scored from behind the net, just walked right out in front and beat goaltender Mike Vernon for a 2-0 Edmonton lead.
13:10 to go here in Toronto. Blues shoot the puck out of their own end. It deflects at center ice right back to Leafs goaltender Ken Reagan. Kotsopoulos now behind the goal. He's on defense with Nyland. Gives the puck to Inachek, out to Preacher. Daou is the other line mate. Preacher can't control, and Natras fires it back in. Kotsopoulos intercepts out to Daou. Here comes Toronto. Over to Peter Inachek. He's hit to the boards by Natras. Loose puck centered. And off a stick it goes to Millen as Preacher centered. And Daou was too well covered to really get a shot away.
Quick reflexes by goaltender Greg Millen. Now we're going to have a penalty. Gregson calling a penalty on Eddie Beers, who was coming back. Eddie Beers will go off, and Toronto will have another power play opportunity. It's 6-3 Blues. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Louis zone. Toronto with a puck. Over on the wing, a shot right on. The save as it deflects wide, then Lehman's shot misses. Thomas to the point to Salming. Blues shorthanded to Thomas, a drive, and that's blocked by Pavis. And Mahar has the puck deflect into the crowd. And Toronto, Joe Micheletti with 2 power play goals tonight. A power play opportunity here, and right off the bat really buzzing.
Well, they've put a lot of pressure on the Blues when they've had that man advantage, and just a second ago Jim Pavis made an outstanding play sliding out to block the shot. Rob Ramage is fighting Rick Vive in front of the net. Vive just standing in the goal crease, and Toronto trying to get those shots either from the sideboards or from the point. And Rick Vive is standing in front of the net just trying to screen Greg Millen. Possible deflection, but he's stirring things up in front of the net.
Doug Gilmour with 2 goals tonight, facing off, killing the penalty against Fergus. It's Gilmour, Paslowski, Norwood, and Natras in front of Millen, with the penalty box occupied by Eddie Beers. Lehman on one point, Salming on the other for Toronto. Nice job by Gilmour winning the faceoff. Natras clears the puck to center ice, and Gary Lehman has it at the Toronto blue line. There's 12:15 to go. Nice pass. Vive cuts in a shot, and Millen way out to make the save. Now Vive in the corner, setting things up for Toronto. They have the man advantage. Salming and Lehman are at the points. Here's Salming from straight away. A shot right on the save. Loose puck. Ooh, and Thomas and Vive there, and the shot went over the goal. And the puck cleared by Gilmour the length of the ice. Good chance there for Toronto.
Thomas, who has 3 power play goals in the playoffs, had a great opportunity and shot high and wide.
Toronto 35 shots on goal. The Blues have had 30. Less than a minute to go in the Toronto power play. Fergus carries in, stops in the corner. Now Thomas from the sideboards on the right wing, a shot turned away. At the blue line, Lehman along the near board. Salming back to Lehman. He fakes a shot in front to Fergus, a backhand shot. It's Natras now to Steve Thomas. Along the far boards, he's checked by Mahar. Thomas in the corner, trying to come in front with a puck. Mahar gets it. He'll find an opening and slap the puck the length of the ice. Man, have there been a lot of scoring chances in this game tonight. Here comes Lehman. 20 seconds left in the Beers penalty. Lehman over the St. Louis line. Stops at the left point. Over to Salming. Straight away. Wrist shot. He scores. This was right in front. And Toronto has their 3rd power play goal.
worked to perfection as Boreas Salming just let go a quick wrist shot from the right point. Brad Smith standing in front of the net. He was wrestling with Norwood. Smith just got the tip of his stick on it. Millen went down. Salming's wrist shot from the point looked like Norwood had position, but Smith just reached out, deflected the puck high over the top of Greg Millen. A power play goal that cuts the Blues lead to 6-4. Brad Smith with his first playoff goal.
That is Brad Smith's first playoff point. The only other credit he had was a black eye.
Boreas Salming and number 11 Gary Lehman. Time 9:03.
The center ice face-off. Natras ahead to Fedorko. He's got a breakaway. Bernie fakes. Oh, and he can't get a shot away, and there'll be a penalty against Toronto, and Fedorko in the corner is hurt as he slammed his right shoulder into the boards. Fedorko gets up in pain, and the Maple Leafs now will be shorthanded. That power play goal at 9:03. Smith gets it, and it is 6-4 Blues. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Kotsopoulos goes off for slashing Fedorko. He really let him have it with a two-hander. Fedorko just had the puck roll off his stick. He had a wide open net, and then he went heavily into the boards and seemed to hit that right shoulder. The Blues are on the power play.
Here's Natras from the point over to the left point. Norwood walks in, the shot, the save, and Beers has the puck as the Blues set it up. They lead 6-4, 10.5 minutes to go in regulation time. A pass from Fedorko to Natras broken up by Fergus. 2-on-2, the Maple Leafs. Fergus back to Daou, broken up by Natras. He gives the puck to Beers with Fedorko and Hunter into the Toronto end. Drop pass to Fedorko. Over it comes to Hunter. He'll pull back to the right point, leave the puck for Natras into the corner to Fedorko. 1:25 left in the Blues power play. They have a power play goal. Here's a shot by Hunter, blocked in front of Reggett by the Toronto defenseman, Bill Root. Nice play by Root, the Toronto defenseman.
Tremendous play by Root, who had lost his stick just prior to blocking that shot. He was wrestling with Eddie Beers to the side of the net. Fedorko fed Hunter with a quick pass in front of the net. Root and Beers get tangled up. The net almost off its moorings, but Root loses his stick. Hunter in the slot takes a quick shot on the pass from Fedorko, and Root came out and made a tremendous block and then just covered up on the puck for a whistle.
That last Toronto goal at 9:03, Lehman and Salming assist. Smith, the power play goal. Blues have the current power play. They own the puck in the Toronto end. Paslowski in the corner. On with Gilmore and LaValle. Gilmore has a couple of goals. Back to Ramage. That shot hits a skate in front of Reggett. Courtnall falls down. That allows Paslowski to play the puck. Back to the left point to Bell. To the right point to Ramage. In the far circle. And Paslowski has trouble. And Bell, a shot right on Reggett to save. Nyland checks LaValle, but he gets the puck back to Bell. He leaves it at the left point for LaValle. Far corner. Paslowski. Blues moving the puck well. Into the circle. Paslowski trying to move in front. He can't. Bell keeps the puck into Ramage. He'll play it behind the Toronto net. Gilmore beaten to it, and the puck cleared the length of the ice by Boreas Salming. And there's 9:18 to go in the third period. Now just over half a minute to go in the Toronto penalty to Kotsopoulos. Blues lead 6-4 here in the third period. Blues having trouble getting out of their own end. Loose puck. Courtnall intercepts. Back to the point to Salming. And then finally Reeds takes over, and here comes the St. Louis Blues. LaValle stops at the blue line because Reeds had gone in ahead of the puck. Reeds comes back to center ice, but not quickly enough. Norwood knocked down by Salming, and the crowd enjoys the fact that Norwood received a heavy check from the veteran Leafs defenseman.
And now Norwood having a few words with Salming, but these Toronto fans and the Toronto press has really been on Lee Norwood this week for that incident in St. Louis. Meanwhile, in Calgary, after the first period, Edmonton leads the Calgary Flames 2-0. McTavish and Wayne Gretzky scoring for the Oilers. Meanwhile, Norwood, who took the pass right at the blue line and Boreas Salming came out to meet him and hit him with a heavy check, and Norwood took a little exception to that hit.
Norwood on defense with Natras. Face off outside the Toronto blue line. Mahar centering Cavallini and Reeds. Leafs control the puck. Now Kotsopoulos comes back on, and both teams are at full strength. Puck deep into the St. Louis end. Millen leaves it for Norwood to Natras in the corner. He has trouble with the puck. He's checked. Vive steals. He's poke checked by Mahar. And here's Reeds with it out to Cavallini, who has played well when he's been on the ice tonight. Cavallini down the right wing, taken out by Nyland, and that allows Bill Root to come up with a puck. Skating in his own end, head manning to Vive, over to Fergus with Thomas. Fergus shoots the puck in, and Vive is well offside on the right wing. We are down to 8:16 left here in the third period, and we have some tempers flaring again inside the St. Louis blue line. Lead Norwood primarily with Boreas Salming, and then Vive yelling at Norwood now.
And Nyland, who threw down both his gloves, and he wanted to get at Gino Cavallini for a play that happened back in the Toronto zone, but Nyland was trying to get at Cavallini. Now Cavallini is being escorted to the penalty box as Doug Gilmore looks on from the Blues bench. Referee Terry Gregson trying to keep things under control here tonight. Ramage talking to Gregson, but Gregson is sending both Nyland and Cavallini off with 8:16 left to go in this third period. The Blues still leading 6-4.
There have been many penalties tonight, and all of the Toronto Maple Leaf goals have come on the power play.
2 minutes for roughing. Toronto penalty to number 2, Gary Nyland. 2 minutes for roughing. Time 11:44.
A pair of roughing penalties. Joe Micheletti, there have now been 31 penalties called in this game.
And actually, Terry Gregson has done a good job of keeping things more or less under control. Two teams that were coming into tonight's game with a great deal of intensity, and we saw that right from the opening faceoff, Ken, but Gregson has done a good job at trying to keep things under control. Earlier, Cavallini breaking down the right wing. Nyland took him heavily into the boards, gave him a glove in the face, and then things started back in the Blues zone.
As action resumes, the Blues try to get the puck out of their own end. Pavis has it in the corner. He's on defense with Ramage. Around the boards for Fedorko. The loose puck caroms through center ice, deep into the Toronto end, and Reagan comes out of the crease, plays the puck away from the Blues player, but then Mahar gets it in front. Ooh, to Fedorko, and he's poke checked at the last moment. Here's Steve Thomas, rink wide pass. Gets it across, trying to move in his Vive. He's stopped, but the puck inside the blue line, and the Blues clear it out. 7:38 remaining in the third period as Salming dumps a puck in for Toronto. The Blues lead the Maple Leafs 6-4. Blues can't clear Salming. At the point, keeps it in, flips it into the corner. Vive takes out Ramage. That allows Steve Thomas to get the puck to Root at the point. A shot right on. Good save, Millen. Here's Root again. A shot deflects high, and Pavis knocks it down. Here's Pavis, 3-on-2 at center ice, but the Blues are going to change players. He leaves the puck to Wickenheiser. He has trouble, and it comes to center ice. Hunter has it there. Over to Norwood. In over the line. His slap shot, and that's blocked and turned to the corner by Reagan. Root there for Toronto. Less than 7 minutes remaining. Blues lead by 2. Trying to even this best-of-7 series at 2 victories aside. Natras in front of Millen with a puck. Gives it to Hunter. Out to center ice to Wickenheiser. Rink wide it comes to Beers. Beers over the line. A pass for Hunter broken up by Root. Blues get the puck back. Here's Beers in the corner. Hunter's in front. Then Beers taken out. Hunter in the corner. Back of the net to Beers. No one in front for St. Louis. Beers in the corner. Tries to center. And the puck deflects to Wendell Clark. Leafs come back. Clark to Courtnall. He's sandwiched loose puck. Clark a breakaway. He shoots. Hits the post. Oh, Clark on a breakaway. Hit the post. Wendell Clark hit the post. The Blues clear the puck the length of the ice. It's icing called against St. Louis. 6:12 to go. And that would have made it a 1-goal game.
Still plenty of time left to go in this game. 6:12, as you mentioned. Courtnall carried the puck across. Both Blues defensemen sandwiched them. The puck came free to Wendell Clark. He broke in all alone. Seemed to have Millen beat, but it just clinged off the short side post and away. Courtnall taken out by Norwood and Natras. Wendell Clark following up on the play. Deked once, shot high over the glove, off the post, out the other side. And the face-off deep in the blue zone.
Face-off won by the Blues, and Salming unable to keep the puck in. It comes to center ice. Both teams at full strength. 6 minutes remaining. Third period, 6-4 Blues. Iafrate is dumped right in front of the Blues bench. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, with 4 power play goals tonight, will have another power play as Kevin LaValle picks up a 2-minute holding penalty.
2 minutes for holding. Time 14:04. Kevin LaValle for holding. Time 14:04.
Well, the Maple Leafs will get another opportunity. They've had all kinds of chances in this third period. There's been 112 penalty minutes called in this game. 5:56 left to go in regulation time. The Blues still holding on to that 2-goal lead. Kevin LaValle off. 2 minutes for holding, 14:04, and the Leafs will get another chance on the power play. Al Iafrate carrying the puck. LaValle forechecking on him, and was, I believe, a marginal call as LaValle went down, or as Iafrate went down, but the Leafs will get another opportunity here.
Face-off outside the St. Louis line, and Ramage clears the puck to the Toronto blue line. Salming there to Lehman. They're on the points. A good pass across to Vive. He'll move in on the right wing and stop. Fergus up front with Steve Thomas, and the Blues intercept, and Reeds clears the puck away. We have over 5.5 minutes remaining. There have been 72 shots on goal, 112 penalty minutes, and 10 goals in this game. Toronto shoots the puck in, a save for Millen, and the puck cleared right back out the length of the ice by Ramage. Down to 5:20 to go in regulation time, 1:24 left in the LaValle penalty. Blues killing the penalty with Federico, Gilmore, Norwood, and Ramage. At center ice, puck shot in by Iafrate and over the glass into this Maple Leaf Gardens crowd. And there's 5:09 to go in the third period.
A lot of credit has to be given to defenseman Rob Ramage, who has logged an unbelievable amount of ice time tonight, and he's been playing very, very injured. He has 2 or 3 injuries that he's been nursing all week. He's got a bad hip, a sore knee, and a stomach muscle that's been giving him problems. And you can tell his skating is not as fluid and smooth as we've seen Rob Ramage over the course of the year, but it's been a gutty performance by Rob tonight. He's out there killing off all the penalties, playing his regular shift, playing the power play, and Jacques Demers said before the game he's got to play his best players. This is getting down to a sticky situation. They've got to win tonight, and he mentioned he was going to play Ramage and Federico and Gilmore all night, and he certainly has done that.
And they'll rest tomorrow and play Saturday night at the arena. Mahar at center ice can't get around Iafrate after the neutral faceoff. Leafs have the puck. They have a power play for still over a minute. Carrying it to the middle of the rink is Lehman. He shoots it in. In the corner, Courtnall to Smith. Back to Courtnall behind the net. Clark's in front. Courtnall into the circle. Now out to the left point. Passes it over to Lehman. Now to Courtnall. Over to the right point. Iafrate fans. Puck slides into the corner. Norwood and Smith there. They've seen each other before. Norwood gets the puck and clears it off the boards to center ice. LaValle will be back in 35 seconds. 4.5 minutes to go in the third period. Courtnall winds up at center ice. Over the line. Nice move. Pass to Clark. Ramage can't clear as he intercepts. Iafrate, a backhand shot. Knocked down in front, and Norwood clears the puck down the ice. 20 seconds left in the Toronto power play. All 4 of their goals have come with a man advantage. Blues lead 6-4. A victory, and they'll even this series at 2 wins aside, and they'll force at least a 6th game here Monday night. Puck shot in by Courtnall. Ends up back of the St. Louis net. Natras takes out Courtnall. It comes in front. Smith all alone. Can't handle the puck. And it's poked to center ice by Pazlowski. LaValle back on. Both teams at full strength. Changing players. Clark for Toronto at center ice. The rookie pokes the puck right to the Blues defense, and Pavis plays it to Reeds. Over for Wickenheiser. That's broken up by Salming. Loose puck. Wickenheiser gets it. Katsopoulos checks him, and Federico unable to play the puck. Salming has it now behind the Toronto net. 6-4 Blues. Katsopoulos out to Thomas. A pass behind Vive. Wickenheiser to Federico. That's broken up at center ice. Chris Kotsopoulos feeds to Fergus over the line on the left wing. Fergus cuts in a pass for Thomas. Off his stick into the corner. Thomas moves in front and shoots wide. Puck comes to the left point. Kotsopoulos a shot off Reed's stick. And that ends up in this Maple Leaf Gardens crowd. 3:05 left in the third period.
And the Blues are only a couple of steps away from getting a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 break now with only 3:05 left to go in regulation time. Toronto down by 2 goals. Their defensemen are getting more and more involved in the offense, are taking more chances, and if the Blues show some patience, get control of the puck, make that good pass coming out of their own zone, we could see the Blues with a 2-on-1 or possibly a 3-on-1 break here. And a late goal now could certainly salt this game away for the Blues and tie this series at 2 games apiece.
Gilmore has led the Blues tonight with 2 goals. He has the puck in his own end. Unable to clear it out from the point. Apr.24. Stick save Millen. Back to the point. Ruda shot. Knocked down in front. A loose puck. A battle. Clark behind the net centers. Lehman too well covered to get a shot away. These teams at full strength. Toronto putting the pressure on. Hunter trying to clear, can't. And finally Gilmore slaps the puck to center ice. Apr.24 with it to Lehman. He shoots it in and ramages the first man back. He clears it to center ice. It's shot back in offside. And there'll be a face-off out of the neutral center ice area with 2:32 to go. The Blues tonight, 2 goals from Doug Gilmore. The other 4 from Raglan, Hunter, Reeves, and Mahar. Toronto 4 power play goals. Vive, Kotsopoulos, Fergus, and Smith.
The Blues getting some much-needed offensive help from some of their checkers. Rick Mahar with a goal. Mark Reeves with a goal. Herb Raglan, who has been used in a checking role in the 2 games he's played, has also scored a goal tonight. And that's something that the Blues have desperately needed, some more balanced scoring. And Ken, you and I talked about that prior to the game, and they've had an outstanding performance from some of the lesser-known players tonight.
Face off in the center ice area. Toronto gets the puck in. Norwood gets it back out. Leafs have outshot the Blues in the third period at 11-8, but the Blues have 2 of the 3 goals in this third period. 2:20 to go. 6-4 Blues. Toronto at center ice, led by Salmi. What a series he's had. To Fergus on the left wing. The shot off Natras' stick into the corner. Cavallini can't clear. Thomas keeps it in. Thomas still keeps it in with a second effort. Norwood gets the puck over to Cavallini. He can't get out as Salmi, looking like a fighter bomber, comes in and blocks the puck, but it comes to center ice, and it's Salmi again to backhand it in for Toronto. Natras there off the glass, plays it ahead to Gilmore. He's looking for a hat trick as he skates up to the Toronto line. He has the puck poked away, and the Leafs take over. Vive ahead to Fergus, who tips the puck in, and the Leafs will change players. They're looking to pull the goalie with 1:35 to go. Blues lead by 2. They're stopped. Salming shoots the puck in. Pavis trying to clear it out. Can't. It's kept in along the near boards by Salming, who knocks Hunter down. Courtnall fighting for the puck. Salming plays it into the corner, and Ramage is there. He'll lift it to center ice with 1:17 left, and Apr.24 circling at his own line for Toronto. Ahead to Courtnall. 6-4 Blues lead. Here's Courtnall to the St. Louis line. Now around Gilmore trying to center. It's blocked. Apr.24 keeps it in. Reggett's still in the goal. Pavis stops the Toronto player Lehman, and the puck cleared by Gilmore down the ice, and there'll be an icing call as Root goes back to touch it. It's icing against the Blues with 53 seconds to go here in Game 4, and the Blues holding a 2-goal lead, and Ken Reggett goes over to the Toronto bench.
Well, they'll be pulling Ken Reggett now with 53 seconds left to go. Dan Maloney trying to call a timeout finally gets the referee Terry Gregson's attention. And
meanwhile, at Calgary, Jim Peplinski has scored. In the second period, it's Edmonton 2, Calgary 1. And the Blues now 53 seconds away from victory here.
In Calgary, Big Joel Otto doing a good job of forechecking, just feeds the puck out to Mullen. Mullen had his shot blocked, and there was Peplinski coming in from the left side. He just batted it high over goaltender Grant Fuhr to put Calgary on the scoreboard. That game now 2-1 in the second period.
Edmonton 2, Calgary 1, second period. St. Louis 6, Toronto 4, 53 seconds to go in the third period here at Maple Leaf Gardens. The Blues with a victory would even the series at 2 wins aside. Game 5, Saturday night at the arena. Good seats still available at the arena box office tomorrow, at all Famous Bar Tickets Now outlets, or by calling Charge a Tick at 231-1234. And of course, Calgary trying to take a lead in that series. Edmonton trying to even their series at 2 wins aside.
The Toronto net now empty, and the all-important face-off, Mahar against Fergus.
Fergus will try to get the puck back to Katsopoulos. He does, but a false start, and Salming screaming at referee Terry Gregson. Toronto did what they wanted to do, but the whistle blew, and they'll try to do it again.
The Blues with Mahar taking the draw. Fedorko will be playing left wing. Reeds on right wing. Norwood and Ramage, the 2-point men.
Fergus against Mahar. Clark, Nile, and Vive move for the net. The puck comes in front, and a backhand shot wide by Vive. 47 seconds to go. Millen bumped. The net comes loose, and play stopped with 47 seconds showing on the clock. Don't forget, Saturday night at the arena. That'll be radio only on KXOK. Next Monday night, back here at Toronto on radio, and also again on Channel 30, starting at 6:30 St. Louis time next Monday night for Game 6 of this best-of-7 series. Should Game 7 be needed, it'd be next Wednesday, the 30th of April, at the arena.
And don't forget, bring those blue and gold towels Saturday night, towel waving night at the arena. Play in front of goaltender Greg Millen. Rick Vive shot it wide, and as Fedorko was coming around from the other side of the net, got a little help from Lee Norwood.
Face off, scramble, puck loose. Norwood gets the puck, shoots it the length of the ice. He shot it a little too hard, because that's going to mean an icing. After the puck and touching it is Katsopoulos, and there are 37 seconds to go. What you want to do is shoot the puck out, but you don't want to shoot it the length of the ice. Meanwhile, Hunter having words with Katsopoulos, and the linesmen come in between.
Gets a little tense, leading 6-4 and trying to win this road game. 37 seconds left to go. I'm sure Norwood had intended to just try and shoot that puck softly off the glass and not have that puck go the length of the ice, but the faceoff will come deep in the Blues zone to the left of goaltender Greg Millen. Mark Hunter now goes to the Blues bench. 37 seconds left to go in regulation.
Courtnall and Mahar facing off. Mahar, Reeds, Fedorko, Norwood, and Ramage on the ice for the Blues in front of Millen. Blues win the draw. Salming in the corner, centers. Norwood blocks the centering pass. Puck comes to the right point to Fergus. Half a minute to go. Mahar intercepts, skates to center ice. The Toronto net empty. One man back. He shoots wide. Rebound. Mahar shoots. He scores. Rick Mahar puts the puck into the empty net. And the Mahar goal makes it 7-4 St. Louis, and Rick Mahar has 2 goals here in the third period. His first 2 Stanley Cup playoff goals in his long career.
15, Mark Reeds, time 1936. Rick Mahar from Mark Reeds, time 1936.
Mahar, who took the initial shot, missed the net. Courtnall went back, turned the wrong way. Mahar was able to pick up that loose puck, put it into the empty net. 7-4 the Blues lead. They'll win this one. They'll tie the series at 2 games apiece. It'll be back in St. Louis Saturday night for Game 5.
Oh, baby, it becomes 2 out of 3 now. The Blues will have home ice advantage. They'll play Game 5 Saturday night at the arena. Blues shoot the puck into the Toronto end. Reggett back in goal. Now only 10 seconds to go. Out to center ice to Steve Thomas. 5 seconds left. Thomas into the slot for Smith. He's too well covered, and that'll do it. The Blues win a game that falls into the category of it's not a must-win, but boy, it is close to a must-win, and they congratulate goaltender Greg Millen as the Toronto Maple Leafs unleashed 40 shots tonight on Millen, scored, but they were 4 power play goals.
And Millen came up with a great effort. All the players on the Blues, a great effort. Reeds and Pazlowski go right on down the line. Natras again played a very good game. Ramage, playing hurt, came up with a good effort. Mahar just was excellent this third period, scoring 2 goals. Lee Norwood What a great team effort by the Blues. They win it 7-4.
And this series will go at least 6 games. The final tonight, the Blues 7, the Maple Leafs 4. We'll be back. This is St. Louis Blues.
I'm working